offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. SafeStep walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Oh, let's get it
Four
going.
of us? Well, how'd that happen?
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. 3:17. Let's go, Sedano Kap.
Yeah.
Sedano Kap is on a lot of Imaging Tuesday as the LA Afternoon Drive takeover begins.
Oh, yeah.
And the temperature is already risen
I'm
today.
telling you,
It's
man.
cold in here. What are you talking
No,
about?
I'm talking about the temperature interpersonal. Hot text threads today. Sedano wearing his Cuban Miami Vice outfit.
I was wearing, it's, summertime.
The
It was
Cavs are going to
light
play
pastels.
during the show. There's talk of the return of the Lindsey Cleveland cam. By the way, I said there should be a Trudell trouser cam because he always fills out the trousers nicely. Mm-hmm. You know who's filling out the trousers nicely today?
Tell me about it.
One, George.
Sedano.
No, I was thinking of a middle name. Like you do Gregory Arthur Bergman.
Right.
Christopher Arthur Morales.
Right.
There should
Jorge
be like George.
Arturo.
Yeah, Arturo's nice.
Jorge Arturo Sedano.
Jorge Sedano. There should be a trouser cam on him today.
Really? You want to put a camera underneath the desk? He's just looking up? Is that what you want to do?
No. You sicko.
What do you mean? Isn't that what
Did you
trouser
see? I
cam
saw him
is?
walk through the hallway.
Yeah, and?
He's got junk in the trunk, and it's looking good.
Oh, so the junk is in the trunk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Filling out the trousers nicely today.
Gotcha. I thought the trouser fill was like the front. My bad.
Now, producer DeAndre, I want to get you in early.
What's happening?
What's
so,
happening?
so
Happening,
apparently, according to Greg, according to Cappy's reports now, there was fire and Desire. No, not Desire. That's a song. There was fire earlier in the prep room.
Oh, there was. There was a little
Between
bit of fire.
you and Lindsay and Cap?
Not me. I had nothing to do with it. I zoned out.
And I mean, it started off a little bit between you, Leo and Lindsay, but not to the point where it's some fireworks.
We weren't fighting personally. We have different opinions on how journalism works. That's all.
No, that's
So
actually
you were
not really
correct
the
on
case.
journalism.
Cap
and Cappy
just said
was
that he
on-
doesn't.
well, you say you like
Listen,
sensationalism.
He said
I
he
do.
doesn't believe in using anonymous sources, and I tried to explain to him why I thought it's always been done that way, and there's certain things where you don't reveal your sources. And he said, "Well, I disagree. I think that's a new thing. People do it more
point.
recently."
No, great point, Lindsay. She did exactly that. She said it has always been this way. So from the beginning of time, from the very first journalistic article that was ever published, somebody
I
said,
certainly didn't. What's the word? What is that word they use? Hyperbolize it that way.
well, right. What I'm saying to you is
I was
that
just saying that, newspapers, since their infancy, that's usually how journalism works, is somebody reports on something, you have two sources, and unless you have two sources, you don't go public with it, and then there's usually an editor or a producer of some sort that checks those sources, and that's how things have worked, that often sources do remain anonymous because that's how we get a lot of news.
I feel like, and by the way, I know this is going to surprise everybody.
Well,
I'm not a historian of journalism, but
So I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
The original, big time, not that we need to go into a history lesson here.
No.
But the original use of anonymous sources in a monster scandal in this country, that I think you could really, it was used well before that, but the one that really got everyone to go, oh yeah, that's that, I get it now, was the Watergate scandal.
Okay. See, what I was saying was
That's
this.
exactly the reference I used.
Right. So
Let me
what
just soften things for a second because
Go
I
ahead.
could feel we're going to get very intense on this show. I just want to report it looks like I did not get pink eye from Greg last
Okay,
night.
good.
Nice.
So that's good. Meanwhile, let's
Did
continue.
you have some nutty fudge?
the nutty fudge did not get into your eye?
No, there was
For
no
dessert?
nutty fudge in my eye.
Okay, good.
Oh,
Okay, nice.
Meanwhile, let's go back.
Meanwhile, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So Ramona, who will be with us later today,
5.
wrote an article about Russell Westbrook.
I haven't even had a chance to read it yet.
I've read it. I found it to be a very entertaining piece.
Okay.
Now, apparently,
Yeah.
it did not sit well with some people. Example, Austin Rivers, who played with Brody back in, I want to say, was it Houston?
it was Houston.
Yeah, the Rockets. Yeah.
These guys played together, and Austin Rivers comes out and he sends out this video today, and he's like, man, this has got to stop with these reporters putting out these unnamed sources. Somebody telling Ramona that he's immature. I played with him. He is the epitome of maturity. et
Well, that's
cetera, et
one
cetera.
person's opinion.
Of course.
Right.
Then Russell Westbrook's wife
Oh boy.
goes on
Take it to
Instagram.
The stories.
And can you actually read, DeAndre, what she said? Because she goes off on Ramona on Instagram about, again, using unnamed sources.
should we read it? Do we have to read it?
Why not? What's the problem?
Okay, I'll read it.
Is it bad? I don't remember it being so bad.
Okay, I'll read it.
Go ahead.
Give me 1 second. I got pulled up.
So here's the thing. I was like, look, I don't like it when people use unnamed sources. It's not the reporter that I don't like. It's the source. Like, if you're going to say something,
You're saying put your name to it.
but that's right. That's
yeah, but
all.
people want anonymity.
And
But
my
what I'm
defense
saying
was
is-
that I said that's not on the reporter to provide you that. That's on the person who said that.
But what
and
I'm-
Ramona is just reporting the news.
But what Austin Rivers was saying was that he's mad at the journalist.
Right, he
when he
is.
should be mad at the player.
Right.
Exactly.
Be mad at the guy or girl who refuses to have the courage to say, hey, you know what? He really put our team in a bad place. He took our energy away from us.
Now,
Well,
who
say-
is
say it.
did she? I didn't read the story. In the story, does it say who?
she said his teammate.
Which team? Like
She
what
did
team?
not give
A Denver teammate.
His current teammate.
She
She
was
was in the locker
suggesting that
room.
it was a Denver teammate that was saying some things about Russell Westbrook, his immaturity, his energy
with the team
levels.
now
Yeah,
or
yes,
previous?
after the last game.
But it was isn't there? Mason and I were talking about a fight between him and Aaron Gordon.
Right. So she reports on that.
Right.
And she uses the name. She says, hey, after one of these games, there was a big blow up in the locker room where.
Well, I'll tell you this. That's interesting because I hadn't really thought of this. In the last game, and I don't want to say that this is like I don't remember because I did notice that Russ behind the bench when they were going to timeout huddles, Russ was sitting apart to the left, closer to the scorer's table, with a space in between the rest of the team. And he was not as engaged as he normally is. Now, that could have meant a million things. I didn't know about any issues behind the scenes. That could have just meant, hey, Joker's taking more of a lead. Let Joker lead, right? Which he has. He's been more vocal. That's been documented. People have seen it. Jamal has been more vocal. Guys in general, since the firing of Michael Malone, have become more vocal as a group. But now that I think about just the kind of the optics of it now, knowing that, and again, not having read the story, that it did feel like he was just a tiny bit separated from his teammates, which I don't recall being a thing regularly in the times that I had covered them previously.
I got to tell you guys, I read this article.
Specifically this series that she
Yeah.
was talking about. And obviously.
Well, that was definitely the last two games.
Right,
He was
exactly.
separated
That's
from
exactly-
his teammates.
But there was also clips of him being like sitting in the coach's chair when they. I
Right,
and
I'm not in every single huddle, so I don't know.
I'm just saying
Right,
that, but
yeah.
there's also other clips of him being vocal, being
Sure.
engaged, coaching them.
But
talking
doing
about, hey, we
those
gotta do-
things doesn't negate the fact that he can be a bad teammate sometimes.
I'm not saying that he's a bad teammate.
I'm just
I'm just
saying
saying that there's other sides to it as well. Like,
But all I'm saying to you guys is when I read this article about.
By the way,
Russell
Austin
Westbrook-
Rivers, and I like Austin Rivers, but Austin Rivers does have a little bit of an axe to grind here,
Yes,
too.
exactly.
Yeah, with Ramona?
100%.
With the company.
with ESPN because they didn't
He
use him.
didn't renew. They didn't renew him.
So to me,
And I'm just saying, like, maybe that's not the case. Maybe he's being forthright. He seems like a good dude, but if we want to start doing that and start like figuring it all out, like he could just be taking off. Because if you look at his previous tweet, he's saying NBC's pretty much taking over the NBA next year. It's a wrap, proper coverage, and Real Hoops nostalgia is back. I mean,
he's taking his shots. But I thought at the end of
He
this
really
article,
tweeted that?
yeah.
Then he's a clown. Why are we even doing
Wait,
this?
can I
Come
also?
on.
But wait, just quick timeout. When I read this article, I actually thought it was a complimentary piece to Russell Westbrook. I actually thought by the end of it all, it was like, hey, you know what? This is like I wouldn't call it fluffy, but I would say that it was complimentary. And yet here you have Russell Westbrook's wife
Being upset by one
pissed.
comment. Yeah.
Pissed.
She said, here's what she wrote. Dirty work, Ramona. How could you share and spread so many lies randomly for no reason and with so much conviction? You're using his name for clickbait during the playoffs, which is ridiculous. Trust me, I know the facts about literally everything. Literally. Normally, I let you guys tell your silly lies in peace. Enough already. Stop with the lies. Like, that's ridiculous. For her to attack Ramona for reporting what an anonymous teammate said. Go after the anonymous teammate and say, hey, man, if you're going to talk crap about your teammate, put your name out there. That's what I think.
Well, I do too. I think that if you are going to say something to a reporter, it's like, hey, just do me a favor. Like, I don't want Russ to see my name attached to this, so please don't use my name. Like, then don't say anything. Like, don't talk to the reporter. And if you're Austin Rivers and you're going to be mad at the reporter, then why not be mad at the teammate who doesn't have the courage to put his name on it? Unless what you're really ultimately saying is, you're lying. Nobody gave you this.
And
you
she made it up.
This quote.
Right.
Yeah.
Which that's...
And by the way, it doesn't just because he had some sort of altercation or whatever with his teammates. Guys get into that all the time. Like, I don't think that necessarily has one thing to do with the other.
No, actually, I thought it was somewhat complimentary that after that, then they bonded even more because they actually were open and honest with each other. That was the intimation in the article.
Right. And like the point was, I think a lot of people took the quote out of context when she referenced a teammate said that he has I'm whatever, generalizing here, he has moments of immaturity. And that's basically the one thing they pulled out of it and are attacking Ramona for it, which I was defending Ramona. Not that Cap was saying anything negative about Ramona. I was just saying in this situation, Ramona did her job and did what she's supposed to do. She reported the news. If you have a problem with someone, take it up with the teammate who shouldn't be talking crap about his teammate.
But all of this gets today's show started because there's been a lot of anxiety around this broadcast
I will
today.
also say this.
A lot of anxiety.
I will also say
Let
this.
George make his point.
Go
Cap,
ahead,
please.
George. Go ahead.
I mean, I like Russell Westbrook, but there is history of him having issues with teammates.
Yes.
Like, that's not new.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Like,
No
I don't
way.
understand. Like, I get that, people would want to be protective of him, but Ramona didn't make that up, is my point.
I mean,
you know
listen,
what I'm saying? Like,
we've
what are
all
we doing
watched
here?
We've watched his career. We understand the good and the bad, the highs and the lows, what you have to live with when you have Russell Westbrook on your team.
John said, Ireland said earlier, it's like an e-ticket ride. A lot of teams don't seem to enjoy the e-ticket ride because he keeps going to other teams for a reason, right?
What does e-ticket mean?
Like the old Disney, where you get an e-ticket?
Oh.
That used to be, you really don't get that reference?
Nope.
What's an e-ticket?
See, maybe it's just a local reference. Disneyland used to have graded tickets. So, like, the teacups would be like an e-ticket or a roller coaster.
Oh, okay.
So that was his point. Really? You didn't know that?
Nope.
Oh.
Anyway.
E-ticket ride, meaning it's up and down. It's a roller coaster.
Right.
So, obviously, some of the teams don't like doing that because he continues to move on year after year.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
That's Windy from his podcast.
Oh my God!
Oh man, that's who today. Everybody's all fired
got
up.
It. And it's
People
all
are on
George's
edge.
fault. It's
My
all
fault.
George's fault.
Why is it my
Well,
fault?
we're going to get to that. We are going to get to that.
It's
Why don't we
100
tease it?
Why is it my fault?
Just because everything's your
What-
fault.
Here's the thing. Why don't we move forward?
It's usually your fault.
I know, but in this case, when it's not me, it's you. So I'm
Today's not a
blaming-
day to waste time because we got a lot to get to before
we do?
Momo at 5.
Tell us seller's advantage.
Yeah, please do.
Oh my! But see, I'm telling you, everybody's in a mood around here today. All right, seller's advantage. Let's talk about this. Let me ask you this question, everybody. Would you like $20,000? Is that something that you would like? Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you're shaking your head yes. Okay, here's what you do. You sell your home through Seller's Advantage. It does not have to be a hassle. With Seller's Advantage, you skip the agents, the commissions, all the costly repairs. Why are you going to spend $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 to sell your home? Forget about all of that. By the time you pay for repairs and the agent fees, you could have already had this home sold for a very fair, competitive price, and you don't have to worry that the deal is going to fall through. And now, Seller's Advantage has sent me an email. They go, hey, do me a favor. Tell everybody this. We will even give you $20,000 for moving costs. We're trying to inspire you to hustle it up here, okay? We need homes. It's a very tough market out there. There's a lot of demand and there's a very short supply. So that's why Seller's Advantage wants to buy your home. They'll even give you $20,000 to get you helping with your moving costs. Get your free, no obligation cash offer today. Call Seller's Advantage. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Wednesday at 5 p.m., the NFL schedule is released, and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams' 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release.
Wednesday on 710 ESPN.
On the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Aver Gat, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Aver Gat knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Aver and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Aver Gat today at 818-917-5256 or you go to AverGat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or AverGat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. AverGat.com.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the buzzer sounds with ESPN Bet's early victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you bet goes up by 20 or more points at any point in the game, your bet will get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Harry Douglas here. La Quinta by Wyndham is deeply grateful for all our military members, veterans, and their families. We understand the dedication, sacrifice, and hard work that comes with serving our country. As a thank you, we offer 12% off our standard rates, upgraded Wyndham Rewards Gold Status membership, and preferred parking. We want to make your stays as comfortable and rewarding as possible, and we're proud to serve those who serve. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Visit LQ.com to learn more about our special military perks and discounts. Restrictions apply.
3:33. We need an SOS on this show today.
Want some pistachios?
I just had some almonds. Live Imaging Tuesday on
sodium
Sedano.
in these ones for sure.
Yeah, I can't have those. Back on this day in 2006, the number one hit, Rihanna, SOS. My girlfriend at the time had this as a ringtone, and it really annoyed me. Really did. God,
Maybe because the girlfriend
me.
annoyed you?
She annoyed me too.
Yeah.
Classy sexy?
No.
Or sexy
By the way,
classy?
you know who texted me today?
No.
Our buddy Andrew Siciliano.
That scumbag.
What?
By the way, when you were on with, who was it? Who did you do the show today from CBS
I
Sports?
did Ryder and Lebatard.
Did you give him a lesson on how to do radio, Ryder?
You stop.
Does he need one?
Wrong with you.
Ryder's my friend.
Does he need a lesson?
Well, he could use one. Sedano could give everybody a radio lesson.
Okay.
I
So
refer
why
today.
doesn't he?
Travis and Emily got mad because I told about how because I kept referencing you, and they're like, "Can you just wait till you're on with Sedano?" I said, "Guys, hold up. You know who the Black Hand is? The Don Fiducci of this place."
What'd they say?
And then I had to explain what that meant to DeMarco.
Don Fiducci?
He don't think so good because he got hit in the head a lot, I think.
Does he know what an e-ticket is?
Yes, everybody knows the e-ticket reference.
Okay.
Except you.
Except me.
Well, you don't go to Disneyland very often.
I mean, I go
But
once
do
a
you
year.
get that reference from Godfather 2 that Sedano is the Don Fiducci?
The Don Fiducci?
He's the Black Hand.
Gotcha. Wow.
And then I explained that if you wanted this place gone, it would have been gone, but you saved us.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly, real.
Saved the whole thing, huh?
He did, actually.
Really?
Cappy, you would be unemployed in San Diego if not for Don
You
Fiducci.
would not be
I
unemployed.
don't know if I'd be unemployed. I might be in a different world, you know?
Don Fiducci.
Okay, Don Fiducci. He
Meanwhile, so
Today.
yes, Ramona's going to join us at 5 o'clock today. A lot of tension.
You
with
know
this
what
article.
would hurt Ramona
There is.
real quick?
Go ahead.
Aggregation. Because aggregators take a small little snippet of what she wrote, not the entirety of it, which is fairly glowing as I'm reading here.
I know, right? I told you it's a complimentary piece.
About Russell Westbrook. And everyone, this is the world we live in. Nobody reads the story. They read either a headline or whatever the aggregators put on there for clicks, and then they get all up in arms about it.
She got aggregated last week when she was on with us. And I don't remember who aggregated her, but somebody put her thing, hey, ESPN reporter says that LeBron was disrespectful to the organization, which they quoted her as saying. But if
on
you
our show,
yeah,
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah,
she was kind of like joking when you guys were. We played the clip about him saying after about AD getting traded or whatever,
and she said she thought it was disrespectful.
Yeah,
and once somebody heard that, they're like, "Ooh, somebody from ESPN said something that wasn't nice about LeBron. Let's aggregate that."
We saw Sedano and Kap, and they thought it might be George.
How come nobody's aggregating me?
And then he'd be in trouble.
I want to be aggregated.
No, we got to move a little bit here.
Yeah. Well,
we can't
you're
slow
busy.
down.
You don't want to be aggregated.
I don't.
When it happens,
yeah.
Here's a problem with
it's
you,
a
Cappy.
storm.
How about the problem with you? What's the problem with me?
Why are you dribbling so slow?
What are you talking
Let's
about?
speed up the pace
What
a
are you
little
talking
bit.
Parking
about?
the bus, as they say in soccer.
We got a lot to get to today.
All right, what do you want to start
You
with?
want to
then?
get into this text drama. This is going to take a couple segments to play out.
I don't know about a couple of segments.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
We don't need to take.
Why don't you go ahead? You've been doing radio so long. Go ahead.
But what would you like me to do?
Let's speed up the pace
All
a
right,
little
go
bit.
ahead. Go.
Well, now it's already
Got it.
37.
Well, go, smart guy.
Fight on.
Go.
The way we're going to win is we're going to be more
All right, here's the
physical than
reality.
them.
You know what? I think we better probably address something that needs to be addressed before we go on. I think that's the
You
problem.
wanna do the
here.
dinner bit?
That's the problem here, George. Chris is upset with you.
Upset with me?
Yeah, Chris
I'm
is
upset with you.
We spent an hour and a half today walking the streets of LA, and all he did was complain and kvetch about what you did to him.
I did not complain and kvetch. What I said to him was, so we've got dinner tonight.
Yeah. Well, Cappy wanted to have dinner.
This is where it starts.
South Bay Cap is in the house.
You wanted to have dinner. I
So
was like,
I
I wanted to have dinner yesterday.
I worked all day on the air
I had
today.
dinner.
Okay. And now we've got to all get in a car.
Yeah.
You live in the South Bay.
Yeah.
That's where your home is.
Cappy wants to
My
go.
home tonight is across the street.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Blame Cappy.
The East Central.
He made me book a reservation
We can
yesterday.
cancel.
now-
We can cancel.
We have now. So I go, Cap, you really made this. So you sent a text last night.
Right.
Okay. I'm already at dinner with Greg when I
know.
get this text.
Yeah.
Hey,
No nutty fudge for dessert.
booked a reservation for 4 at TRB, Tin Roof Bistro.
Yeah.
That's in Manhattan Beach.
Yeah.
That's an hour away.
Right. Nah, not in track. Nah, you get the fast track.
Then you say, invite Stephanie.
Yeah, I booked for 4 just in case you wanted to.
My girlfriend said.
Right, yeah.
Very nice gesture, buddy.
Yeah.
Very sweet.
I don't
darling.
really have a chance to
Darling.
reply.
Right.
Because
you're at dinner with Greg.
Right.
Right.
Then I get back to
The smokehouse.
Then I'm back at the radio station
Yeah.
because I take an Uber from Burbank back here. I'm doing some production work
How
in
much
the
did
other
that
room.
cost?
I think it was $50.
Okay, got it.
I don't worry about things like that.
Okay, keep going. Well, you're loaded.
No, I'm not loaded, but
I mean,
what are you going to do? I
you know,
need to,
you know
You
what
gotta
we
get
pay
somewhere.
You know
I
what
can't
we
drive
pay
right
you
now.
around here.
I
The
can't drive
extravagant
because
money
he
we
almost
pay
died.
you?
because of the seizures.
Ah, right.
So I have to take an Uber.
Okay, gotcha.
Then Sedano texts me, "You still at dinner?" I said, "No, I'm back at the station." Immediately, Sedano calls.
Bring.
Then he says, "Did you invite Stephanie to dinner?" I go, "I will talk to her in a little bit. I haven't." I said, and he goes, he will doubles down. Be sure to invite her. I think it'll be fun. The 4
it'll
of
be
us.
fun.
I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
So then this morning I go to Cappy when it's 5:55 in the morning. I said, "By the way, really, we got to do a South Bay dinner tonight?" I said, "It's going to be a long day." "Oh yeah." I said, "By the way, Stephanie's coming." He goes, "Stephanie's coming?" I go, "Yeah, Sedano invited Stephanie."
Great.
He goes, "I thought it was just going to be us talking shop." I go, "Well, we can talk shop with
We can
Stephanie."
talk
I said,
shop
"But
with her,
guess
yeah."
what? He doesn't want to do dinner with you. That's why he made sure that Stephanie was invited. This is on you, Cap.
I said that I didn't want to do dinner with you. I actually did not want to do dinner, but you were like, "Let's do dinner. Come on." You were like, and I was like, "All right, fine." We'll
Well,
do
I was
it."
going to the South Bay because it's South
Why
Bay
are you
Cap.
going to the South Bay?
Here's what he said yesterday on the air.
He thought he could get Ireland involved.
Right? No, he said
I was going to go to the
he
900
said,
Club.
You know what? I'm always here, and
Right.
it's just downtown.
Yeah.
I want to go to the South
I'm here,
Bay.
yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, well,
Yeah.
Manhattan Beach is like not that. We can get there in 35 minutes. Like,
So guess what you're doing? You're driving Stephanie and I to the South Bay
That's
and
great.
back.
I'm glad that George invited Stephanie. As a matter of fact, like I said to George, why don't you invite Stephanie? We'll get
You
rid of
did
Chris.
not.
We don't need you. We
You
need
did
her.
not.
We
You
need
thought
her.
you were going to get Ireland. You thought you were going to get Ireland involved.
Yes, so-
and we were going to go to the 900 Club or
Yes,
some
the 900
nonsense.
Club. The 900
with
Club.
rich white people.
Right.
And instead, guess what?
What? We got you and Stephanie and me and George.
But George doesn't want to do an industry dinner with you and me. He doesn't want to hear your nonsense. So he invited Stephanie, which I love.
But you said
I love
Stephanie
her,
can talk shop, you said.
But he knows how this dinner's going to go.
How's it going to go, George?
Now it's not you kvetching all night about how you hate Ireland.
Right.
And, Greg this, and this, and DeAndre this.
Right. I don't know, man. I feel like the story, I think it's changed from 5:55 in the morning
Yeah, it's
to
been a long
3:40 in the
day, and now
afternoon.
we got to go to the South Bay.
I mean, we can cancel the
Yeah,
dinner.
we can cancel. We can.
Now we can?
I mean, we can.
No, because
We
now
can.
Stephanie's in
No,
on
because
it.
here's what happened.
Now we got to go now.
No, because I sent George a text
And
earlier.
he's wearing these beautiful pants
Well, you
today.
know, because you said, well, is there TVs? I said, yes, like at the bar, there's TVs. And
Hasn't that gotten you in enough trouble with Rachel already about you and your need for TVs?
And by the way, we could always just use the phone to
That
watch
is
the
true.
game.
That is true. The four of us can sit there, look at our phones, and not talk to each other.
Well, not look at the phones. We could just put the phone on one, like prop it up with something.
Like at SeaWorld?
And like
When we were at
watch.
SeaWorld?
Yeah, like that.
And glance at it. So why do you care if we're looking
How
at our
about
phone or
this?
we're looking at the screen
How about
on
this?
the bar?
How
By
about
the way,
this?
I had prime rib last night, so tonight I got to be good.
All right, let's do this. Let's cancel the dinner.
No au jus, though. I didn't
Let's
have
have
the au
dinner
jus.
close. Let's have dinner at LA Live.
But he doesn't want to do
I don't
that.
want to have dinner at LA
Why
Live.
not?
He wants to go to TRB.
You're the one that didn't want to have dinner at LA Live.
Right, I wanted to leave downtown because here's what I
God,
said.
you're a scumbag.
I said, here's what I
You know
said.
what? He's right. You are a scumbag.
Here's what I said.
You're a scumbag.
I said, when there's a Laker game or a Kings game, I stay. But now that the Lakers season, the Kings season over, I got to
am this
venture
close
out.
to literally
I gotta
going
go to
home on
South
this and
Bay.
calling in
I got to
sick.
go to Beverly
Like
Hills.
saying I'm sick the
I
rest
got to
of
go
the
to
day.
Santa
And
Monica.
Stephanie doesn't want to have dinner with just you, Cap. She likes Sedano. Just
Oh.
like my mom likes Sedano.
Oh.
She
wait.
asked about you on Mother's Day.
All right, hold
How's
on.
George doing?
Lindsay, what are you doing tonight?
Me and DeAndre are going out to dinner.
Oh, I was going to suggest maybe you guys take the spot here at the TRB.
No, we already got plans.
Oh,
we
you
made
guys
plans
do?
like a month ago. We're all booked up.
Okay,
There
gotcha.
you go. See?
Chris
Look at
does-
Kevin Nagandi.
Chris doesn't want to go to
nice
dinner.
on TV, too.
Chris does not
No,
want to go.
I don't want to go to the South Bay. We literally are going to sleep tonight across the street. Why do you have this need to go? Let's go somewhere else.
You're the only reason we
How
decided
about
to go
this? I have an idea. You ready? What if we do this? What if we go to dinner with George in the South Bay? Then we head south to Orange County.
No, we're not
to drop
doing that.
you
I
off.
have an 8 a.m. meeting
So
here.
you'll get up on the train. You'll take the train tomorrow morning.
No, that's
What's
not.
the problem?
So let's go to another thing. I tell him in an email over the weekend, hey, here's my week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I need to be in the office. Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm staying at E.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, Monday, Tuesday.
Right.
To make it easy on yourself, why don't you stay at E Tuesday night and we'll go home Wednesday? He decides, no, I got to go see my friends in the Valley, so I'll stay at Monday, Tuesday, too.
Yeah, you could have just like.
But he does it. But then, of course, this is what happens always with him. After day one, he's like, oh, why don't we just head back? I said, no, part of my plan. I need to be in here at 8 a.m. on Wednesday.
So get yourself home tomorrow night. What's the big deal?
So now, so now what you're doing, I'll go home tomorrow night on my own, but now you've just blown up everything.
No, I'm not blowing up
Because you
anything.
really are destructive.
I'm going to miss. I'm going down to have dinner in the South Bay.
Why?
South Bay Cap.
Yeah, that's why.
But nobody in the South Bay.
He's like literally looking at properties in Redondo. What are you talking about?
Right.
I'm not even joking.
They're calling me Redondo Cap all of a sudden.
do not
Raider
live in-
Cap, Redondo Cap, South Bay Cap, LA Cap, you name it.
He dropped the East Side Cap a long time ago.
But
I still want to be East Side Cap.
you can't be East Side Cap and Redondo Cap.
I can't?
No.
Yeah, just ask John Ireland.
I
Yeah,
can't.
that's
do
what you want to get lumped in with?
He's East Side Ireland and
No, he's not
No.
East Side
Yeah,
Ireland.
he's
East Side
Both.
Ireland at all.
Yeah, you can't
Not
be
even
both.
close.
You gotta
Okay.
pick.
Yeah.
You got to pick what you want.
All right.
How about I change it? We go to Wilmington for dinner.
What do you think about that?
That's fine, but you've got everybody on TRB now.
No, I'm just joking. It's fine.
Stephanie's excited about
No,
the
we'll
Tin
go
Roof
there.
Bistro.
We'll go
Really?
there. It's
How's the
fine.
food? I've never been.
It's good.
It's
Yeah?
good.
What happened
Ireland-
to Joey, Cat? What
Oh, I
happened
went to Joey last night. Come on, Joey.
All right, listen. Let's talk
I
about
went to
Jacob.
Joey last night.
How about that? Let me talk about Jacob.
You don't want to talk about Joey?
No.
You want to talk about Jacob?
Yes.
Are we
Come
going to
on,
talk
Jacob.
about the text thread
Yes,
explosion next?
Yes, the explosion is coming.
Between Sedano and Lindsay today?
I told you there's a
I
lot of
wouldn't say
tension in the air.
explosion.
Oh, it was an explosion.
We were
I mean, you
talking
guys
ball.
were egging it on.
Dude, I was sitting there watching it. I didn't say a word. Got it. All I know is this. It's not time to talk about Joey. It's time to talk about Jacob.
Yep, and if you get into an accident, you call Jacob 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. I mean, who knows? You may be able to meet with him face-to-face, and maybe you run into Cap, because Cap's always around Jacob because he wants to get in the suite. So there you go. And here's the deal. If you were injured in any kind of accident, but you didn't call Jacob, what are you waiting for? Not taking action costs you money. So what does that mean? Let's say you got injured in a car accident a few months ago. You thought the pain in your back would go away, so you never went to see a doctor. But now, a few months later, it's getting worse every week. Problem is, it took you a few months, right, since the accident. and it's way more difficult to prove that your back pain was actually caused by the accident. So, therefore, you probably have to pay for this one yourself. Don't put yourself in this situation. You get injured in an accident, you call Jacob immediately at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. He'll get you to the doctor with no money out of pocket so you can physically recover quickly and not have to pay for it for yourself. All right? So call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com. And by the way, if you or a loved one have been injured or lost property due to the recent wildfires, please call Jacob for a free case evaluation. And together, we will rebuild.
The Who is coming to the Hollywood Bowl on September 17th for The Song Is Over, their North American farewell tour. And ESPN LA wants to send you to one of their final shows in Los Angeles. Listen for Ticket Thursday this Thursday as we give away pairs of tickets
to see these rock legends live on stage for what promises to be a historic night.
Listen all day Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Who, The Song Is Over Tour. September 17th at the Hollywood Bowl. Presented by Live Nation.
The road to summer adventure starts at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Drive home a new 2025 Subaru Solterra with 0% financing for 72 months. Or a new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek with just 3.9% financing for 48 months. For complete details, visit OceanSubaruOC.com or come into Ocean Subaru on Euclid Street in Fullerton.
With approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. See dealer for complete details. Expires 5/31/2025.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, I got to read this. Great texts are rolling in.
3:48 on a live Imaging Tuesday. Sedano and Cap on this day in 2017. The number one hit this man, Bruno Mars. That's what I like, Cappy.
Crash Override tweets in the Sedano and Cap Circle of Trust. This really makes up for all the sports talk on Mason and Ireland. To which Grant in L.A. also responds, Compton Cap has a nice ring to it.
Nice. I like Compton Cap.
Today is also Frog Jumping Day.
Oh.
Frog Jumping Day?
That's what it says here on my piece of paper.
You know that they have frog jumping contests?
Where?
Oh, yeah. I've seen those online somewhere.
They're probably on like the Ocho.
They might be.
But they're called like frog leap, frog jumps. Like you see how those crazy big frogs with the long legs, you see how far they can jump. And if your frog wins, you win a prize.
DeAndre, you ever watch frog jumping?
I never watched no
Really?
frog
Never
jumping.
watched frog
What
jumping?
you know about frog jumping?
Man,
Nothing about no frog
No,
jumping.
do we have some soap opera music?
Tim in the OC tweets.
Yes.
My dream type of show. Everyone is on edge. Arguments everywhere. Angry texts and disagreements on previous plans. A potential show of the year.
I think that you should have used the soap opera music for the last segment about your dinner plans.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Should have brought it in there.
This is an episode of Sedano and Cap Theater.
Text thread.
Today, playing the role of George Sedano is Christopher Arthur Morales. Playing the role of Lindsay Baseball is Cappy Lova. And playing the role of Michael Funchess is Big D.
Yeah, man.
It all started this morning.
Around 8:50 a.m.
Tuesday, May 13th. First text comes in at 9:16 a.m. I will play the role of Lindsay. Ahem. Are the Knicks still toast?
With an emoji. That, like, Columbo look emoji. Like,
Are the Knicks still toast? It was an instigatory.
So you believe that Lindsay was instigating with that text?
Oh, absolutely. Because George had said yesterday that the Celtics were going to win and that the Knicks were going to be toast. And she was like,
There's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, I didn't even know that they lost until this morning.
It sits there for about 35 minutes.
While
and then
driving.
George Sedano blast in. I wouldn't call the series yet. Celtics were 8-2 this year without Tatum and have been a +9 with him off the floor. It'll depend on if Porzingis can be himself. Cappy then jumps in. You going to read your own part, or you want me to read it?
Well, my part is immaterial.
No, because you were then baiting back to George.
Well, I told George, and I'll play the role of me. I said, good data, but this time Tatum is hurt bad. And teams can either
torn Achilles, pretty good. Yeah, I would say torn. Yeah, hurt bad. Yeah.
Teams can either take a team that can either take a team down an emotional hole, or maybe a team will be inspired. All of that to say,
because Cappy loves a little heart and soul talk.
Right. Go New York, go New York, go. That's what I said.
Yeah.
And that is when Lindsay jumped in and said this. As far as Tatum goes,
Wait, you forgot about my trade.
Well, we don't have time for that.
Okay.
Lindsay says, as far as Tatum goes, and she puts it in quotes because she's quoting George. Championship teams find ways to overcome these things.
And then a couple texts then happened about like different stuff. But then George
it was because it was this.
George
Got it.
George almost an hour later replies to that text, which he knows is kind of a missile at him.
Oh, it is a missile because she quotes him. Championship teams find ways to overcome things.
Then George jumps in. They do. If the player is able to return. Jamal Murray managing a knee injury, comma. Kawhi doing the same, comma. Chris Bosh off an abdominal tear, period. An Achilles is not manageable.
Then George jumps right back in.
Sorry.
Now he's on the offense.
No, now he's going hard. Sorry, comma. The Cavs players can't manage to tough it out like those other three examples. This is a fire starter.
Right. Now Lindsay says, right, those other teams didn't have 2, now 3 All-Stars injured in the playoffs.
Sedano comes back. Actually, they did.
He had actually me.
Actually, they did. Few teams are, quote, healthy at this point.
To which Lindsay replies, I know that, but no team is winning a championship with 3 All-Stars.
Why does yours sound more aggressive and Christopher sounds more relaxed?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to go the opposite direction. But I think Lindsay's being aggressive here. She
okay.
says, I know.
I don't know if she was being aggressive.
Well, I know you were
I feel
being
like
aggressive.
her tone was being more matter of fact.
She says, I know that.
I was also kind of jokey, like, championship teams overcome this.
She said, I know that, but no team is winning a championship with 3 All-Stars with their crippling injuries to their lower extremities. You also have to have some luck.
George replies, but the point stands. Are you questionable or physically incapable? 2 completely different things.
At which point, DeAndre enters the conversation, and DeAndre says,
Pacers in 6, baby.
Lindsay jumps back in. Can't you count tonight is game 5? LOL?
Duh, DeAndre, tonight is game 5.
I think when a player is out, that's probably considered physically incapable. To which DeAndre replied,
I said, I can count. I think the Pacers close it out at home. I'm a ball knower.
Then George Sedano's back. The
Cavs are favored today, aren't they?
Wait, they're by 7.5.
Oh, there was 2 replies to DeAndre's thing.
Yeah, I replied and I said, so they're just going to let the Cavs win this one so they can close it out at home or not try as hard?
It's now 8.5.
They're not going to try it. That's because they announced Donovan playing.
A lot of money on the Cavs tonight.
George Sedano enters back in. The Cavs players are coming back to play. Jason Tatum has a torn Achilles. Those 2 things are not equitable. The use of the word equitable has entered the chat.
And then Lindsay says, you said the series will depend on if Porzingis will be himself.
George Sedano replied, now, BC, which I think means because.
Correct.
They will be already missing a top 5 player in the league.
Lindsay says.
He's so busy, he doesn't have time to write because.
Lindsay says.
Wait, time out. Can I insert a text that I forgot in that part?
Yeah.
I guess.
Steve Kerr didn't think that Jason Tatum was a top 5 player in the world.
Ooh. I mean, this year he has been, though.
Okay. So come on, read the next part.
Now we're getting
good.
into it.
Now
Lindsay says that's only 2 players out. They are the defending champs. They should be able to overcome it.
In which George goes nuclear. Lindsay, comma, are you really not getting this? Or is this a bit?
To which Lindsay replies, I guess we'll see if they are true champions. They'll overcome it.
I don't think she said it like that.
Cap, I can't wait till I get to do impressions of you.
Then Lindsay goes, come on, continue.
Where's Lindsay?
Got it.
Says,
oh, you lost your place?
No. So they're just going to let the Cavs win this one?
That
so
wasn't a reply to DeAndre.
Right. Right. So then the next one should go to George, Chris.
No one is overcoming losing Jason Tatum for the rest of the playoffs, not to win a title. There's a difference between injured and hurt. Then George continues. Cavs are hurt, not injured. Michael Porter Jr. is playing with a busted AC joint. I don't even know what that is. He can't lift his arms above his head without excruciating pain and isn't making excuses. He's playing. His words, quote, "You play, no excuses. I'll deal with it later."
Lindsay then says, my point is just that the Cavs got really unlucky with 3 of their All-Stars injured at the same time during the playoffs. And then DeAndre jumps in.
Jalen Brunson playing with the bad ankle sprain.
There's only one player.
Then Funches jumps in with a gif.
More.
Well, but didn't I respond and say, yeah, I agree with that part?
No, it doesn't matter.
Wait, you just skipped over that.
I don't see that.
I don't see that
I'm
either.
fairly certain I wrote that.
I don't see that.
Yeah, it's not in the chain, yeah.
Okay.
Funchy then shows Michael Jackson sitting in the movie theater
eating popcorn
in the Thriller video.
There's
and
no more text from me.
And Funchy says, more.
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 And then Lindsay begins to send...
Well, it was 10:36. I had to write my scripts.
Lindsay begins to send a string of texts to which George doesn't reply.
Right. Lindsay says...
Well, I was literally writing scripts for the TV show.
Those were also more like show-related texts.
Lindsay said, as a non-ball knower, I'm just asking questions. These are important details I need to understand, Funch. LOL.
And then Sedano texted me one-on-one and said, "Is Stephanie coming to dinner? I hate Cappy."
That is a presentation of Sedano and Cap Theater. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we all came into this studio today feeling like there was a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, because there was a lot of infighting about basketball on the text string earlier today.
Cap, I think you had more fighting about where you're gonna go for dinner the other night.
Ball
Yeah, well,
knowers.
that's a big decision, Linz.
I know, I'm just saying.
It's a very big decision.
You
know?
get more stressed about that.
Yeah.
Then Cap bought me a salad today for lunch, which was nice.
Also,
balsamic vinaigrette?
No, they screwed up the dressing.
Oh,
so I had to use the balsamic.
Yeah, they forgot it yesterday, too. Also,
has got
I
a
just
little
want to say a
salt
lot
in
of
it.
this was prompted by this little quote from Wendy that I heard this morning when he said,
I know that in the playoffs, you're supposed to be the big macho man. You're supposed to pound your chest and say, the way we're going to win is we're going to be more physical than them. And it's some sort of manly thing. Well, guess what? There's a bunch of different ways to win.
That's amazing. My Columbo brother.
The way we're going to win is we're going to be more physical than them.
You tell him, Wendy.
I like how he's like a southern accent in there, too.
Wendy cracked me up today because he's got his podcast and he's doing it with
Tim McMahon and
who's-
Tim Bontemps.
And the other guy's Tim Bontemps. Okay. And so Bontemps is getting super annoyed with Wendy because Wendy is like just saying that America thinks that there's a scandal here with the Dallas Mavericks getting the top pick.
And he's just like annoyed by it.
And Bontemps is like, let's just move on. And McMahon is like, let's not perpetuate this. And Wendy's just trying to make his point. And then finally, Wendy just yells at them both.
Got it.
And they go,
What's so mad?
Why are you yelling at me? Here, can you play the whole thing, though?
Sure.
The Spurs. Now, if anybody's going to be screaming, scream about the Spurs. 3 consecutive years in the top 4. Victor, Castle, and now number 2 pick here. If you're screaming conspiracy, I mean, if they're going to fix the number 1 pick, you got to fix the number 2 pick, right? Well, I'm just saying.
We don't need to fuel conspiracy stuff. I mean, it's going to be talked about. We don't need to give it credibility.
Got it.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I'm just.
He's Have you making not got bad much- jokes. Let's just move forward.
I'm just
Okay,
saying,
the
like-
rest of the context is for a different part of the show.
We got to get them a better internet connection than those other two guys.
hilarious.
It's all scrambling.
Well, they're like probably who knows where. So
They're all in different like hotels and stuff.
3:59 on the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover, Sedano and Cap. What you need to know is next.
Second hour coming up.
And the second hour of fun and frivolity. Who does it like this? Huh,
Hey,
Cappy?
I will say this, Brian, to that point. Everyone knows about Cooper Flagg, but the Giannis sweepstakes just got heated up, I think, in a big way. So we can get into that. We can get into where Giannis wants to be and including some hints he's kind of laid down.
You got my jingle?
We'll back in a moment.
No, give him a sec. There we go.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Kasm. The Kasm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Kasm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Kasm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Kasm.com.
Did you know that Children's Hospital Los Angeles has Southern California's only pediatric level 4 epilepsy unit? But what does that really mean for your child? It means a place where every doctor, nurse, and piece of equipment is specially designed for kids with epilepsy. They create personalized care plans for each child. But here's what's really exciting. The Neurological Institute is running over 45 clinical trials to develop new therapies. That means your child could have access to tomorrow's treatments today.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
4:01 on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Kap. The LA Afternoon Drive Takeover is on. It's time for what you need to know. Sean.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are.
Take it away, producer Lindsay.
What you need to know is that Steph Curry is not going to play in Game 5.
Mm-hmm. Probably not playing the whole series, according to Mark Spears today on television.
Well, that series is over.
Is that an injury or is he hurt?
Oh, well, he's injured. I mean, if you can't literally run, then yeah, you're injured.
No, I got a 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Dude, turn your mic on.
I got a 2 o'clock too, Tulsa? So I can't leave.
Come on, man. Be better.
So, yeah, Steph's done. And the series is pretty much over.
Yeah, it's over.
I mean, Jimmy Butler is basically, you could see by his play yesterday, like Legler and Pash, if you watch the broadcast, were like, when is he going to get going? Like, when is he going to try to, like, get going and score? And you could just tell. He's like, nah, I'm hurt too. He is hurt. And apparently he was under the weather, too. So he's just probably like, nah, this ain't going to work.
So just like the situation with Golden State, their best player, I mean, an all-timer in Steph Curry can't contribute. So without him, you're missing 30 points, maybe, on a good night, 40 points. You can't replace that, right? Yeah. So they're done, Golden State, down 3-1. Mm-hmm. Looks like they're pretty much toast. And on the other side...
they've also not been good without Curry, period, all year.
Yeah, on the other side, though, you're saying as far as
I don't
Tatum,
think Boston is done yet. I would not be willing to, look, the Knicks probably will win the series, but I don't know if it's not being extended. Like, I think Boston, as I mentioned, has played well without Tatum. They're +9 in the series with Tatum sitting on the bench. They've actually played good basketball, and Tatum has not. Tatum had his first good game yesterday, and then he got hurt.
I mean, he scored 42 points, and you ask yourself, well, how is that? And it's not like he's going to score 42 every night, but how?
He's certainly capable.
How do you replace him? But the other thing is, though, is after the game, if you listen to any of the players in the locker room, it wasn't like, hey, look, guys get hurt, next man up, let's go figure it out. It was like, oh, man, I don't even really want to talk about the game and the loss. All I want to talk about is Jason Howard. It's emotional.
They like Jason.
Right. So the thing is, and it's true, the question is, will the Boston Celtics say, hey, wait a second, we're champions, and we just lost our best player, and the whole world expects us to now get knocked out, probably in this next game, or do we rise up, find a way, get better performances from everybody, and we go back to New York and we stick it to them at their place?
I mean, they're a good team, so they're capable of it.
It's just hard to believe that a team can win a playoff series when they're down 3-1 and they've just lost their best player to a dramatic injury.
It is hard. I'd have to look back at the historical precedent for it, but I just think that this team, they're a team that relies heavily on shooting from the outside, and whether Tatum's there or not, they're going to do that. And that's why they've been 8-2 when he hasn't played, because their strategy doesn't necessarily change all that much, even without Tatum.
Right, but you've been touting this since the regular season, that playoffs different animal.
Agreed.
Than the regular season.
Right, but I get that, but it's not like these guys have not been in these playoff series before. Like,
right, but have they been in these playoff series without Tatum?
I'd have to go back. I don't remember the last time they played without Tatum in a playoff series.
What about the numbers related to teams that are down 3-1 coming back?
Oh, I think it's like 4% of the history of the sport have come back to win.
I think it's like 13 teams ever.
Yeah, and so I think the last one was 2020.
Right, I just told you I don't expect them to win the series, but I would not be surprised if Boston won another game.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised either if Boston goes home, wins, and then they bring it back to Game 6. And
Which,
they get
by
back
the
to
way, they're
Garden.
also really good on the road. They actually have been a better road team in this era of these guys, Brown and Tatum, over whatever it's been 6-7 years together, than they have been a home team in the playoffs.
Just think that the Knicks last night, that game was close, and it was a 3-point game, and then it was a 2-point game, and then Boston took a lead, and then New York came back, and then New York just started to make some moves that, 3 points, 5 points, 7 points, 10, 11. They had a lead before Tatum actually got hurt. And when you see him, step.
Oh, you knew it right away.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going away from basketball here. For a second.
Anyone who's watched professional sports knew that was an Achilles injury. Yeah.
Immediately. And so for that, listen, it took a long time, I would say, less than 24 hours, but kind of a long time for the Celtics to announce that it was an Achilles. And by the way, he'd already had surgery. Earlier today, according to the reports.
Yeah.
And if you remember...
he's done for next year, too.
Oh, absolutely. And you think about, like, Aaron Rodgers in Game 1 of the Jets 2 years ago when he snapped his Achilles.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you guys that, away from pro sports for a second, that looks like my biggest nightmare, is to be in a recreational environment.
And you just tear your Achilles?
I'm doing my F45.
Mark Jackson, a couple years ago, tore his Achilles playing pickleball but in between the finals.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like imagine going skiing,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, what happened? And you're walking into work. Actually, you're limping into work on your crutches.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, I'm having complete knee reconstruction.
Didn't that happen to Scott McCarthy at our pickleball tournament? He tore his Achilles?
No
I think
way,
so.
really?
Yeah.
I don't
our
remember
first
that.
pickleball
I don't
our only
remember.
pickleball
I don't remember
No,
that.
he did.
I know he got hurt.
No, he got hurt.
Dude, an Achilles injury for regular people like us who have jobs and families and responsibilities, and we're not pro athletes, where we have trainers around us and all the modalities and all the physical therapists, and my job is to only fix my Achilles. My job is to be here every day, plus deal with my kids and my girlfriend and businesses, and now I got to deal with an Achilles injury? That seems like the worst thing that could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's worse things that could happen.
Yeah,
but,
I would say there's probably way worse
a couple
things.
of things like maybe like what happened to you, Chris. You almost died. Things like that.
4:07 p.m.
Not bad. Not bad.
It also will change what Boston looks like, not just next year but beyond, because there was already enough chatter about their new owners were not going to be. It's not sustainable to be paying $300 million in just luxury tax alone, right, on a $500 million roster. So I think that it gives them an easy opportunity to be like, hey, you know what? Let's hit the reset button. We'll figure it out. Jason's going to be out next year. They probably trade Jaylen Brown or someone like that, maybe even some other ancillary pieces. I don't know. But I am genuinely curious to see that. But it sucks. Like, if I know Laker fans are not, nobody wants to see anybody get hurt. But I'm saying, like, Laker fans aren't going to be, like, sad for Boston fans.
Well, how about Knicks fans?
But Boston fans, like, if you're a Boston fan right now, and, there's plenty of them here in L.A., because you see them when they come to town. Your championship window is in essence closed now.
Yeah, I mean, think about the Knicks. They're like, hey, look, we took a 3-1 lead, and we were winning that game before Tatum got hurt. We were going to win that game, and now he's hurt. Sorry to see him get hurt. Don't want to wish that on anybody, but kind of glad he got hurt because now we can go win this series. I mean, if you're a Knicks fan and you're being honest with yourself, you kind of are happy about the situation.
You're not happy that it happened that way. I think you're just like, hey, them's be the breaks.
Hey, they lost their best player. Now we can go win.
Yeah, I think that's a little different than being happy.
Well, they're going to be happy when they win. I mean, did you see what happened outside Madison Square Garden last night?
7th Avenue was crazy.
I mean, my goodness, dude. You guys you're up 3-1 in this series. And these people are celebrating like they just won the championship.
Because they know. Excuse me. I got
okay?
a bit of a nut in my throat.
Is that right? Is that right?
I got a piece of it home in my throat. Knicks are going to win the finals. They're going to win the championship. That's what they know.
You okay?
I think so.
Need me to mount you?
No, I can't do that anymore.
You need me to get the nut out of your mouth?
You mounted him.
I wouldn't sleep on the Pacers. That's all I'm saying.
Speaking of the Pacers, they are playing the Cavs right now, which
Pacers
means
6, baby.
the Lindsay Cavs cam is
Wait, let me see.
at ESPN Los Angeles on Twitter and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. I think you have the YouTube up there, right there.
Yeah, no, not the YouTube. I'm looking for the game. I got like NFL Live up here,
It's
or
right
I got
behind
Sports
you.
Center. Well, what am I going to do the whole show?
Lean back as the song goes.
Okay, lean back. Hey, listen,
Got it.
Yesterday, when I looked at behind me and I saw the top of my head on the YouTube, I'm glad to see. I used to think like I had this like balding yarmulke on the back of my head, but I don't. I think the back of my hair
like John
looks,
Cena.
kind of like that. Yeah, I think the back of my head looks aight.
Okay, cool.
It looks okay, but I'd like to have the game on here so I don't have to turn around.
Well, why don't you just put it on here?
Well, I don't know how to use the TV.
Get the
that's why.
remote.
All right,
There's 7 remotes in
Put
front of you.
245.
Okay, let me see if I can get this to work. 2, 4, 5.
There it is. No, you put 45.
Oh, gosh darn it. What's channel 45? Not available.
245. There you go.
Okay, there we
You're
are.
good. You'll
Hey,
have
how
the
about
game.
that? I got 3 remotes here. Think you can juggle 3 remotes?
No. You're going to break them.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, you pulled it off once.
That's pretty good.
By the way, speaking of oh
that's
my
talent.
gosh, you know the word Michigash, right?
Not Mr. Goss?
Well, there's a whole thing that I don't say it right, according to Evan Cohen, our morning man, our other morning man, not Quentin Yates, but Evan Cohen.
Yeah.
We can't do it today because we don't have time. We got a packed show. But tomorrow, Evan wants to come on, chat with us, but also explain to me how to properly pronounce Michigash.
Okay.
Not Mr. Goss.
Well, I guess I was saying Michigash.
Yeah. No, you're saying Mr. Goss.
But apparently it's not Goss. I say Gosh, and it's Goss.
Uh-huh.
It's like Mista. Like Mista is like Mister.
Yeah, but
Mista.
apparently
That's
you don't
what it
say
sounds like.
Okay.
I mean, why don't you tell us what
I tried to tell him this
Michigas?
morning, but it was 5:55 in the morning in
What
the
did he-
elevator.
He was complaining about dinner
I was
tonight.
telling him, I'm like, come on, man.
Complain about the dinner he started.
No, I'm complaining about Chris complaining that he doesn't want Stephanie to go. I want Stephanie to go.
Why wouldn't I want my girlfriend to go?
Because you wanted to talk shop, you said.
I talk shop. Literally, Sedano calls me 7 times a day. Literally.
7 times a day?
And you are nonstop with your insecurity.
6.
So tell me about this new Mason and Ireland deal. So you think I need to talk more shop with you guys?
Wait. Insecurity?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
You're Mr. Confidence.
Total.
Yeah.
Because
412, by the way.
412 what? What does that mean?
I was just doing a time check.
Okay, you wanted to tell us what time it was?
Give me the jingle.
I don't know.
I don't either. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know
anymore.
what's happening here.
Yeah.
Pete Rose, we want to talk about that next.
Oh, let me tell you something.
Let's do that next.
Yeah,
Let's tease it.
that is the most chicken bleep thing that Major League Baseball just did with Pete Rose and shoeless Joe Jackson.
I know, right?
Like, what are we doing here?
Wait, let's do that next. Give me the jingle one more time.
66 WNBC.
Wednesday at 5 p.m., the NFL schedule is released, and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams' 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release
Wednesday on 710 ESPN.
on the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808 or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
The Who is coming to the Hollywood Bowl on September 17th for The Song Is Over, their North American farewell tour. And ESPN LA wants to send you to one of their final shows in Los Angeles. Listen for Ticket Thursday this Thursday as we give away pairs of tickets.
To see these rock legends live on stage for what promises to be a historic night.
Listen all day Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Who, The Song Is Over tour. September 17th at the Hollywood Bowl. Presented by Live Nation.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Hey, it's Cap. Is it time to downsize? Selling your home doesn't have to be a hassle. Not with Seller's Advantage. You can skip the agents, commissions, and costly repairs. By the time you pay for repairs and agent fees, you could have already sold your home for a fair, competitive price without the worry of the deal falling through. Here's what Chris Chavez, a real Seller's Advantage customer, had to say, and I quote, "Seller's Advantage was definitely the best company I've worked with. They offered me more than I expected, and the whole process was great. They were helpful, always answered the phone, and willing to help. I can't say enough about the experience. Much better than going through a realtor," end quote. Thank you, Chris. Get your free, no-obligation cash offer today. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-397-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
DeAndre, in your email, we got to play that in a second. Oh, it's illegal to have this much fun at your job, isn't it?
Tyrese Halliburton.
I got a nut in my throat.
Halliburton.
What'd I say? Was that
Excuse
the
me.
nut?
I got a bit of a nut in my throat.
I hate when that happens. Today is Apple Pie Day.
Oh, really?
Cappy loves pie.
Oh, indeed.
Also, happy birthday. Dennis Rodman turned 64.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, Worm.
And this song, Whitney Houston, on this day in 1986. I believe it was released or it was the #1 hit, The Greatest Love of All.
Nice. Here it comes. Oh, yeah. Go on, girl. Shout out to Dennis Rodman, by the way, who did provide me with one of the great nights of my life as I was a young man in Atlanta, Georgia for a Super Bowl, and I somehow talked my way into a Dennis Rodman party, and things happened there that night that changed the future of my life, and the course of my life. Thank you, Worm. Appreciate you.
Pete Rose has been reinstated.
Nice transition.
To baseball.
He's been reinstated to baseball.
That was the headline today on Yahoo.
What a joke.
It's absurd. And, well, Shoeless Joe Jackson, don't forget about that.
Shoeless
that
Joe
guy died
Jackson.
in like 1950.
Oh, really? 1950?
I want to say.
I thought it was like the 1800s.
But he's been reinstated now.
Well, no, they're not reinstating anyone. He basically said once
They're
you
eligible
die,
for the Hall of Fame.
Once you die, then you're not on the banned list anymore. That's basically
he
what
died
it
in
is.
1951, Shoeless Joe Jackson.
The quote I read today was from Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, who said that he sent a letter to Pete Rose's lawyer.
Yeah.
And he said, now that he's dead, he doesn't really pose a threat. And we were all like, what threat? Did he pose a threat for the last 30 years when he wasn't in baseball?
It's just so dumb. Like, it just, every time baseball takes a couple steps forward, they take like 7 steps back
They do.
on stuff like this, PR-wise. Like, they just, I feel like baseball's in a really good place. You got Ohtani, you got all these cool young players, right? The Dodgers are rocking. You've got good, fun
Shohei
Ohtani.
Ohtani.
Yeah.
Ohtani.
The West is going to be ridiculous in the NL. Like it's like you've got the Mets are good. The Braves are not so good yet, but hopefully they'll get Acuna back. The Yankees, like they're in a real battle with the Red Sox. Like there's good stuff in baseball to talk about, and then this happens.
Yeah, I mean the Pete Rose thing is so old and tired.
Yeah.
And I think where a lot of us kind of come out on it today is if you knew that he was going to be eligible for the Hall of Fame after he died,
right?
That's so rude. Like, why couldn't you have let him be eligible
when he was alive?
Right.
Because they were never going to do it.
Because you have to die in order to get removed from the list.
I guess so.
No, but he could have absolutely removed the ban.
Well, I know. I just think it's funny that that's how he's, how he's removing it.
But I'll bet
as
you
soon as
this.
you die, you're off the list.
I'll bet you this, though.
You know what? Why don't you? You say everyone's always listening.
Yeah.
Does Paul Giamatti still live here in L.A.?
Ooh.
Isn't he dead?
No,
wait.
his dad.
Wait.
Oh,
Bart.
Yeah, Bart
was the commissioner.
Bart Giamatti.
Who originally banned Pete Rose.
Right.
So you didn't have to kill Paul Giamatti.
Is Bart Giamatti eligible for the Hall of Fame now that he's dead?
I don't know.
Okay.
But you should tell Paul, hey, man, why'd your dad just ban him in the first place?
Hey, man. Hey, babe. Why'd your dad
Let's
ban
get Paul
him, man?
Giamatti on, Lindsay. Answer for his pops.
Is Paul Giamatti the actor?
Yes.
Oh.
See, I was confused on that, too.
Right.
You actually lost me on
Paul
that.
Giamatti is pig vomit.
Yes.
I know that. I didn't know it was Bart Giamatti's son.
I didn't know. I swear
really
to
didn't
God,
know that.
I didn't know this either.
Really?
I did not know that
You
at
thought
all.
they just happened to have the same last
No,
name?
actually, I
like
don't-
Giamatti's like Johnson?
Or
Or like Rodriguez?
There's a lot of
thinking more
Italians
like
out
Smith.
there.
Like Smith. I was thinking more like Smith.
You thought
like
Giamatti was
Johnson.
Johnson and Rodriguez?
I didn't know
really
the
had no
commissioner.
idea.
I didn't know the commissioner who died, Bart Giamatti, was Paul Giamatti's dad.
Had
I
no
really
idea.
didn't.
And I think about what's the show? Is it Billions? That he's
Yeah,
in
Paul's
that
in.
show also. He's great in that.
Yeah.
What's the wine movie where he goes to the wine country in
I
like
forgot, but
Santa
I know what
Barbara?
you're talking about, yeah.
What's that one called? Like Twisted something or
Yeah.
other? No, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, I didn't know
that
that
movie's
was
terrible.
that movie's terrible.
I don't know what it's
a little
called, but I
dark.
remember it being
That
very
is
weird.
awful.
It's a little dark.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. Like, what is this that I'm watching?
But
Apparently
I
he's in Downton Abbey.
had no idea that
I didn't know that.
Paul Giamatti was Bart Giamatti's son.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't know about e-tickets or whatever they were called
Well,
at
that too.
Disneyland.
But, that was just a local
I didn't
thing.
either.
That's a local thing, but that's fine.
Local guy?
He's a
Yeah,
local
he's a
guy.
local guy.
Mickey
Is
Mouse.
Paul Giamatti a local guy?
Mickey Mouse.
I guess
is-
so. I
Was he
didn't know
born
that.
here?
I had no
I don't
idea.
think so.
So he's not a local guy.
Now, George, are you 100% on this?
Yes.
You're not Googling it right now just to make sure?
No, I'm just looking at what he's doing right now,
What
other
is he
than
doing?
Downton Abbey.
Let me
He's
know what else
actually
he's
from
doing.
Connecticut, so he's not a local
not
guy.
a
Do you have that
local
new
guy.
jingle, DeAndre? We found a new one. Start from the beginning. Yeah, Tulsa's Music Radio.
Right. Anytime you don't turn on your mic or you get a nut in your mouth, you know what I mean? we're gonna be like, yo, what's Tulsa? The movie was called Sideways. That was the name of the movie.
Oh, okay,
Sideways.
yeah. Yeah.
And who was the other guy that was opposite Paul Giamatti, who's hilarious? What's that guy's name? He was in the movie, I think it was called, or he's in the series called Divorce.
Why do you always do this?
What? What's his name? What's that guy's
You
name?
know that one guy
You
in
know
that
that
one
guy.
movie?
You know that guy.
You know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy?
yeah.
You know that guy? He's really funny, that guy? He
Yeah.
says funny things.
Yeah.
He was married to Sarah Jessica Parker in that series Divorce.
Wait, this is a good one. Chris, you know who the lady who runs Spanx is, right?
Yeah, you know who
Yeah,
that is?
yeah. Like, one
We're
too
like,
many
what?
entrepreneur podcasts for you.
Oh, yeah, she's famous. The lady, she runs Spanx.
Right. Well, no, she created Spanx, and she's married to the guy who had the Go New York, Go New York, Go theme.
Yeah.
Jesse Itzler.
That's where Giannis could end up.
That's
Wow.
good. That's good.
That's a
George.
much better
That's great.
transition.
Thank God.
pretty
than,
good.
Than nut in your mouth.
Because I didn't know
into
where
Pete
we were
Rose.
going at this
Yeah.
point.
Got it.
Thank God you guys gave me an
nut in my
opening.
throat.
Please, somebody tell me the guy who played opposite Bart Giamatti in Sideways.
You mean Paul Giamatti?
Oh, Paul Giamatti.
Bart is the dad.
Bart's
Yeah, it's
dad.
the commissioner of baseball.
He was
Okay.
the former commissioner
He
of baseball.
banned Pete Rose.
Correct.
And then he died.
He did pass away.
But remember, they thought he might let him back in, but then he died.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I don't think he was getting back in after that HBO
No, there was
documentary.
but way back when.
Well, this
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
when Giamatti was still
Right.
around.
A couple of years ago,
Pete
I
Rose
feel
thought
like
he
it
had
was
a
like,
window,
ooh,
then Bart died.
it's
Right.
a final.
It was a final, yes.
It was
No,
a
that
final,
documentary,
That iced it.
because of our years with JT and Sicily the restaurant and seeing Pete, I kind of went, okay, maybe just let him back in. after watching the HBO documentary.
Yeah, there was no way.
I was like, no, this
Absolutely
scumbag
not.
should stay out forever.
Right.
Really?
Because he's unapologetic for everything and blaming
He
everyone
blames
else.
everyone else but himself.
Yeah.
It's everybody else's fault other than his.
Yeah.
He even still to this day is like, well, you know, that guy that I was paying all this money to like run these bets for me, he's the one to blame.
Right. He should have squealed on me.
Point of information just for everybody who wants to know this.
Yeah.
The opposite of Paul Giamatti and
Nobody
Sideways
wants to know
was
that.
Thomas Hayden Church.
There you go.
And
No idea
he's
who that is.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny actor.
Yeah.
Yes, Lindsay, everybody wanted to.
Yeah. So anyway, Giannis.
What about him?
The Spurs are going to make a move on Giannis.
Oh, really?
So if you're the Lakers right now,
Yeah, if that happens,
oh my God.
if you've got Wemby and Giannis, and the Lakers have like a 6'4" Austin Reeves, we just saw what Rudy Gobert did to the Lakers. If you've got Giannis and Wemby, oh, forget about it, man.
Yeah. Now, if I were Giannis, I wouldn't want to come to the West. And, you know, according to Brian Windhorst today on NBA Today, he believes Giannis will have real say in where he ends up. So
Got it.
You know, and then apparently New York came into the equation, right, Lindsay, because of something.
So, how do you say his brother's name? Thanasis?
Thanasis.
I was
On
way
his
off.
podcast.
On his podcast. So I guess this was filmed.
Whose podcast?
Thanasis' podcast.
Is that the analysis?
Yes, it was on the
Thanasis is what it's called.
Isn't that our podcast from Good Karma Brands?
It might.
It could be.
Yeah, I think that's part of Bucks Plus.
It's a Milwaukee podcast.
Yeah, he had a live show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's Bucks Plus.
It was before the season ended, but they just released
good
the
name.
full episode today.
Plus.
And
I like the plus part of it. Like
There's a whole
back
thing this
name.
morning about Emily, and we were talking about subscriptions because of the new ESPN platform.
It's called
She's
ESPN?
just ESPN.
But she's very
probably
passionate
smart.
because she gets mad at Travis because Travis says Apple Plus.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's Apple TV Plus.
Got it.
It's a whole thing. Go ahead.
But I do like the idea of a name of a podcast and then plus on the back end of it.
Yeah, I
Smart,
agree.
The
smart
Cappy
idea.
Cast Plus.
Yeah, right.
So the analysis did a live show a couple weeks ago, and they just released the full episode today. And they did like a Q&A with Giannis, and there was a little kid that asked him where his favorite place to play was. So here's what he said.
Where's your favorite place to play basketball?
Well, watch what you're saying now.
Be careful.
Do you want angry Milwaukeeans or angry Greeks? Somebody's going to be upset.
Is that my question?
That's
Yeah.
I love playing in New York. I think it just brings the best out of me. And I love when I play for Greece and I represent my country. Snitches get stitches.
That's right. They do.
It's a great line. Yeah, a lot of guys do that. A lot of guys have said they'd like to play in New York because they brings the best out of them, and then they, drop 50 on the Knicks.
Do you find it interesting that it was all prefaced with like, watch what you say, man.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful what
listen,
you're saying.
I would absolutely be careful.
Because you can get aggregated.
Right.
Right. Well, he just did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think Brooklyn is had Brooklyn won the lottery or something, they would have been in the mix for Giannis for sure. Got it. Yeah,
I've never seen him so mad.
If he agrees to go to the Spurs, I mean, that's going to be crazy.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, you tell me, where can we find a guy on planet Earth that's 7'4", 7'5"?
Not very many.
Like,
Yeah.
when is Yao Ming coming to the Lakers? When is Sean Bradley coming to the Lakers? I mean, when are the Lakers going to go find somebody that could actually compete with these guys? Who's a Rudy Gobert 7+, who's Chet Holmgren who's 7'2" or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, where's the next Shaq?
And this notion, by the way, because there's this prevailing notion that they've got time with. No, they don't. Wemby wants to win right now. Like, he does not want to waste any time.
May I ask you a question, George?
Sure.
So in this situation, one of the things that Brian and his cohorts on the Hoop Collective were talking about was whether or not it would be smarter for them to, the Spurs, to trade for Giannis or to use that pick. And it's like he was talking about some of the younger guys that are available. Like, which one do you like? Which one makes more sense? 'Cause
if I'm the Spurs, again, understanding that Wemby wants to win sooner rather than later.
But Giannis isn't a spring chicken anymore.
He's 31.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he still looks. He just put up a 30.
I think they called
whatever he put up. Like, other than Wilt, like I think he put up he's the only guy to go like consecutive 30, 10, and whatever seasons, whatever it is he put up statistically. Oh, it was 30 on 60% shooting. That's what it was. He's done it back-to-back years.
30. On 60. About 60%.
About 60%.
Yeah, only him and Wilt have done that.
No, but like
consecutive years.
Not 100%.
Let me tell you something. When you're on any list with Wilt,
yeah,
it's a big deal.
Oh, I'd like to be on that list.
So he's still playing at an incredibly high level. He's going to finish third in the MVP voting. You put him with Wemby, it could be a wrap.
We were doing our own bet.
Yeah, we were on 60%.
I know.
We have a 60% bit that we do.
But if you're the Spurs, wouldn't you have to? If you're have to add some of the younger talent. So would that
Oh,
you'd have to give up. Well, you give up
Castle?
Castle for sure. You'd have to give up because here's the thing. And Trudell talked about this when he was on the other day. The Bucks don't earn any of like their picks. Like they're either swaps or they've given them to somebody. So they need real players. So you'd have to give them everyone that's not named Fox, Wemby, and that's it.
So you take
Would
Wemby, Giannis, and De'Aaron Fox, and you just play 3-on-5? I mean,
You don't play 3-on-5.
Okay.
No.
Well, I was going to ask that. Is De'Aaron Fox going to? Do you think that he would work with Giannis?
Yes, because he is the fastest player in the sport, arguably, at his position, and he shoots the ball well from beyond the arc.
And people were talking about the spacing and stuff. Wemby can stretch the floor.
Wemby is a good
so
three-point
he can shoot the 3-ball. And Giannis can play inside
Giannis
the paint.
can go
He
inside the paint, no issues. Yeah.
He's what the ball knowers call long.
It can be interchangeable, Cap. You know what interchangeable means?
Oh, interchangeable.
Long.
Change all them things interchangeably. Hey, you know what they should do? if the Spurs get Giannis, you know what they should do? They should make a trade with the Lakers, and then the Lakers should give the Spurs LeBron and Bronny.
No, did you read my trade, Cap?
No, I didn't read the trade. Because then
come on.
LeBron can
George is
go try
gonna
and
blow.
win.
He's gonna blow.
No, but here's the reason, George. The reason is this. You ready?
You got to go to dinner with him
There's
tonight.
no chance for
Gonna
the
need a lot of
Lakers.
wine.
There's no chance for the Lakers to win. If you've got LeBron and Luka against Wemby and Giannis and De'Aaron Fox, what are the Lakers going to do? They have nobody who can rebound.
Well, we'll see what happens in the offseason.
Unless it's my man Jackson
Hayes. It's not going to be great. I will say that the Lakers are going to need. They would need to make a more significant move than just some like Mark Williams type.
Linz, what's your trade?
I just sent it to you. I thought that you would get a kick out of it because it's the proposed trade that was going around the internet last night.
Well, we've got Radio Tinder coming up next. But first, Cappy, why don't we talk about our friends at Bicycle Casino? We got a big event coming up June 6th.
That's right. It's a Friday.
And soon, shortly, in about a week, you're going to be able to sign up at ESPNLA.com for the first ever Cappy Blackjack Tournament.
Jack. I love that.
Tell us about our friends at Bicycle West.
Hey, Park West Bicycle.
Bicycle Casino. Hold on, let's start over. Cappy, tell us about our friends at Park West Bicycle Casino.
Hey, just minutes from downtown LA. Maybe we should go there tonight. You know, maybe
after dinner.
After dinner.
We're going to go play some blackjack?
Maybe we go to the bike.
We got to be up at 5:45 for a walk.
The bike is back and better than ever. We have got a chance to meet with all the new owners. We've gotten a chance to see all the fresh renovations, the upgraded amenities. It is a whole new ball game and experience at LA's premier card room. All your favorite games. You want to play poker? We got it. Blackjack, we're going to have a tournament. Ultimate Texas Hold'em, Crazy 4 poker, I don't even know what that is. 3-card poker, even Baccarat. Plus, ESPN LA, we are hosting a blackjack tournament at the bike. Information coming, so stay tuned for details. You're not going to want to miss this. And for all of our listeners, brand new players who sign up for the Players Reward Program get $30 in match play. All you have to do is say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play, and they literally give you 3 $10 cards with my picture on it, pointing at you, giving you that look that says, go win at those tables here at Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high and the rewards are massive. Come see what everybody's talking about at the Park West Bicycle Casino.
Radio Tinder is next. Give me a jingle, DeAndre, on the way out.
Tulsa's Music Radio, K107.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Back tomorrow at 9 a.m. after Clinton and Friends.
I heard some people don't like mouthwash.
I don't like it either.
Yeah,
Why?
see?
It's medicinal.
Well, as somebody who medicinal saved my life, I'm medicinal.
No, it's yeah.
Tastes like
I
medicine?
brush my teeth a lot, multiple times a day, but I do
You
not-
never wash the mouth?
I wouldn't say never, but it's rare.
You
And
don't
I would
Listerine.
suggest- My dentist suggests TheraBreath. It's non-alcohol, and it is much better for your teeth than the alcohol ones.
I don't.
If it doesn't feel like it's burning my
That's
gums.
what I don't like.
But that's what you don't need.
Oh, really? I like the feeling.
But you can have TheraBreath, which doesn't have any of that, and it's better for you.
I'm a big tongue brusher. Scope.
You brush your tongue. I've seen people do this, and it,
I'll
it
do it
makes
every
me
once in a while.
gag.
Do you have a tongue?
Sometimes it makes me gag.
That's like, yeah.
You get too far. Okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a nice reset to start the day.
I guess so.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey, John Ireland here. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sport certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system, so you stay locked in longer without the crash. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clean energy.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Very superstitious. Writings on the wall.
4:36 on a live imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Cappy. Happy 75th birthday to the one and only, the legend, Stevie Wonder.
Oh, yeah.
Stevie also owns a radio station here in L.A.
He does?
102.3 KJLH.
Oh, okay.
Did not know that.
There's a lot of things you don't know, Cappy, but
Clearly.
you do know it's Radio Tinder time. And we got a new sponsor for Radio Tinder, the Crazy Hernandez brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, F-L-O-O-R. Or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Pot this up for me. This part, Cappy, right here.
Great song.
Oh, yeah.
Time for Radio Tinder with producer Lindsay. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. So, first one here, I'm going to put this into the almost breaking news category. Clayton Kershaw is going to start on Saturday against the Angels per Dave Roberts.
God.
What's
Hurts
the problem?
my head.
Why? What's the problem?
The Clayton Kershaw.
Well, and
I mean,
Roki Sasaki is also on the IL, right? They're going on the IL.
Well, no, they said that they're
Can
going
you
to
just
keep
say
him to work out
goodbye?
his issues in the majors.
Can you just
Oh, I think it
retire?
just got tweeted like literally a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Well, it's funny because I guess Dave Roberts told people this morning or last night that he thinks he's one of those guys where he needs to work out his issues while on the major league roster instead of sending him down.
Yeah.
Which I was also going to ask you guys about, but if that's,
Well, Dave said that it says here, according to Fabian Ardaya, it says that Roberts says the Dodgers are sorting out whether that will require an IL stint for Sasaki.
Mm-hmm.
So there seems to be some sort of arm issue.
By the way, first quarter's about to wrap up. Cleveland up 31-17.
Oh,
over
looks
the
like I'm
Pacers.
going to Indy.
Don't give up on Indiana yet.
Don't forget
George.
the Lindsay Baseball Cavs cam is up at ESPN Los Angeles.
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
George, are you going to wear your Donovan Mitchell shoes?
I don't know if I should go to wear the Donovan Mitchell shoes. Well, it'll depend on what I have
Are you going to go
available suit-wise, color-wise, if I can make it all work.
I feel like it's very much a part of your color palette, like the pastels.
Yeah.
And like the pinks and the blues. Very Miami-ish.
It's but it's got gray, isn't it?
They're gray and pink and blue.
Is that shirt? Is that dress shirt you're wearing today custom or is that?
No, it's just like a what are they called? What's that show?
I like it. What brand is it?
What's that store? The mall?
Brooks Brothers.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, it's Brooks Brothers. Yeah, that's a nice shirt.
Just go back to the original thing, though, about Clayton Kershaw for a second. Clayton Kershaw is going to wind up saving the Dodgers.
I mean, they may not have a choice.
And listen, when I say saving the Dodgers, I mean from what? They're in first place.
But their pitching staff is in shambles again.
It's crazy how many of the pitchers are injured. It really is.
But they are prepared for it. They're 27 and
Are
14. Yes, because think about the number of arms. Listen, put it this way.
They had
say
like
Cl-
10 arms.
Right,
10 arms.
Let's
we
say
talked
Clayton
about.
Kershaw
Yeah.
was not on the team. What are they doing right now when they've got an issue with Sasaki? What are they doing when they have other things? They had Tony Gonsolin. Okay, now he's back. Dustin May is back, and he's pitching deeper into games than seemingly anybody else on the Dodgers roster, but he keeps giving up home runs. The point is that they've got guys. Blake Snell, we have not talked at all about Blake Snell. He started like 1 or 2 games. Maybe it was
What a
3 or 4.
rip-off.
Blake Snell got all that money, and Blake Snell has contributed 0 so far. And so, is he coming back? Is he going to be who he was when they signed him? My point is that Kershaw, they were taking their time, and Kershaw, I believe, is going to become a very important part of the Dodger pitching staff.
It's very possible. It may be out of necessity, though, to be honest with you. Again, I don't think if it happens, it would be a cool way to end his career if he does end up giving them like a stint that really helps them kind of bridge the gap during the season.
You thought you were getting Blake Snell, and Blake Snell has given you just a couple of starts, and he's hurt. You're hoping that Clayton Kershaw comes back to being who he was, and even if he can't be who he was,
I don't think he can
but
do that
let's say he's 80% of who he was.
Right.
You'll take it because honestly, even though they're in first place, there is some real serious. There are problems. Obviously, it's the same story.
The
every
gutted
year.
little Padres are right on their tails.
Yeah, it's the same story every year though with the Dodgers. Every year, starting pitchers all get hurt, and this year they're more prepared for it than ever before, or so it seems.
Wouldn't it be ironic if Clayton Kershaw
Don't you think?
on his
I do.
what did they call it? They called it like a good good gesture, like rah, have him go out in style type of thing, that deal. And Clayton Kershaw came in and saved the season for the Dodgers.
Yeah, it'd be great.
It'd be a great story.
Yeah, because the gutted little Padres who lost yesterday.
They did. They
game
got-
and a half back.
gave up a grand
Yeah, I
slam
was
to
just
the
saying,
Angels.
exciting fashion to the Angels.
Gave
yeah.
up a grand slam to the Angels, walked the bases loaded, and then gave up a grand slam to the Angels in the 9th inning.
Speaking of that, Angels
hear that.
Padres coming up at 6 o'clock tonight when
Look
we're
at that.
done.
Key recommendo.
And it was amazing because Tatis had a chance to get an out
Please
earlier
call
in, earlier in the inning, and he runs towards the to the right field line and drops what should have been a completely routine fly ball. Just dropped it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Nah.
No, I said,
Nah.
Please call Titis.
Yeah. Titis.
Everybody's hitting me up this morning. What happened to your gutty little Padres?
They
lost.
Hey, the
your
Angels
gutted
aren't
little
that
Padres.
bad.
I actually think it's great that your gutted little Padres are in it. It's great. And honestly, it's great that the Giants are in it too. 3.5. I mean, it's nice. The division is interesting.
And Arizona is still
It's
alive
5.5.
as well.
Alive. Yeah. All right. Is that it, or we got one more?
I got one more.
Give it to us.
So Selma Hayek, 58-year-old Selma Hayek, she's beautiful.
Still looks beautiful. Yes.
She's on the cover of one of the 4 covers on the SI swimsuit.
My cousin does her skincare.
Really? Well,
Is
she has
that
a
right?
You know, she uses
you
this.
can find my cousin's company called the Beauty Sandwich on Instagram.
Why doesn't she help me? Look at this.
It's
Don't you think
it's
I
a
need
gentleman.
it?
He owns it's a he.
Oh, he.
Did you just Trudell me?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no.
Right. Is your cousin's,
My cousin
is your
owns a
cousin's-
skincare line.
Is your cousin's name Rigatoni?
No.
Okay.
Ivan.
Oh,
Where's
my
he at?
God.
Is he in Miami or is he here?
He has a place here and he has a place in New York.
Next time he comes,
Yeah.
let him do some work here. What?
It ain't going. It's not a freebie, Cappy.
I didn't say it was a freebie, but
Is that why your skin looks so good?
No, I've
Yes,
never
he-
actually used
no,
it.
come on.
Now, I swear to God.
Ivan is not taking care of your skin.
Who's Ivan?
It's his
My cousin.
Oh.
You know that her
His
secret,
primo.
one of her secrets to her long-lasting beauty is this like really inexpensive Amazonian clay that she's always like talked
But
about.
he.
You mean from Amazon or
So
Amazonia?
he used to be
Amazonia.
a makeup artist here
Like the
in LA
Amazon.
for many years.
Did you say Amazonia?
I said what you said.
He
Yeah.
used to be a makeup artist here. So all the people he used to be the makeup artist for all these like starlets. Now, when he created the skincare line, they all work with him. Like he works with the Kardashians and J-Lo and Selma.
You
and-
know, Cap and I are the sports radio Kardashians.
Right. Look at this face.
Because of our social media.
Right. Look at this tuchus.
Cap, you should use LeBron's skincare
you should
line.
follow him. The Beauty Sandwich.
Like this morning,
The
we did
beauty
social
sandwich.
media from a CVS short. Did you see that?
What's that?
Because Cap forgot his toothbrush.
Is he some mouthwash too, or what?
No, you said that was almond milk. So the guy is at CVS in downtown LA.
Hold on.
A guy who's afraid to go
Wait,
out
wait
before
a
the
minute,
sun
wait a
rises,
minute.
Which-
buying almond milk. And
Hell,
it's
you
mayhem.
almond milk for?
It's mayhem.
Which
What's
I
happening
went
here?
into that CVS yesterday and
It's
they had a guard
mayhem.
opening the door.
It's mayhem at this CVS at 6:20 in the morning.
Literally, they have a guard that needs to
Yes.
let you in the door.
And he's like, I need almond milk. I said, can we just get your toothbrush? Can we get your toothbrush and leave? Did he just storm out of the studio?
He did.
Going to get his almond milk. Wants to show you.
He's parched.
And then once you get in the door, you got to wait for them to unlock the thing, and then you got to take it up to the. It's a whole thing.
Oh, it's a whole thing. Did he bring the almond milk in?
I thought he was going to get the almond milk, Cap.
Do you have the almond milk?
He drank it all.
Yeah. My cousin's got 1 million followers.
Oh! He brought the Listerine. Did you? But it's wrapped, so you didn't use it.
I've not yet used the Listerine. I did put my life on the line this morning in the downtown CVS for a toothbrush, Listerine, and almond milk unsweetened.
So you must have hid that from me. I didn't see you buy that. Yeah. But DeAndre saw it on the picture.
It was in the picture.
There you go, Cap. He's got 1 million followers, my cousin.
My goodness.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I swear to God.
And what's it called? The sandwich?
The beauty sandwich.
The beauty sandwich. And go for a nice turkey sandwich.
No, we got dinner tonight.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised they let you in, Cap. Isn't that the point of the guard there? They got to what do they do?
No,
only so many people in at a time?
Cap says this as we're walking
down.
Cap,
you want me to ask him if he wants to get it unsighted?
Yes.
Should we go to Whole Foods or should we go to CVS? I go, well, both, I guess, will have a toothbrush option. Yeah. Maybe we go to Whole Foods just because, No, let's go to the CVS.
I agree. That's the move I would have made.
There's mayhem in the CVS.
Had it already.
I already had toothpaste.
There's several bikes. This one woman has like a rocket ship.
Oh no, she had like
a
she had on like this helmet because she was riding a bird scooter, and she had the bird scooter so you couldn't get by her in the lane. I'm like, girl, move your freaking bird scooter. Why are you even bringing it in here? Oh, because they'll steal it on the outside.
It's mayhem in there.
And then oh my God, this poor lady, this poor homeless lady, she's in there, dude. She's hysterical, crying, walking through the aisles, and the guys who are working there are like, Miss, could you come this way, please? And she walks the other way. No, Miss, could you come? I mean, like, it is a freaking nightmare what's going on. I feel so bad for these people. For real.
I used to live in that apartment building above the CVS.
Well, so we went to a different CVS. I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I tried to get him to go to that
say,
CVS.
Well, no, that one, everything's locked up. They even,
he ain't ready for that CVS.
Dude, at this point, I
they
ain't ready
even
for
lock up
anything
the
in
chewing
downtown.
gum in that one.
Yes.
You literally have to have them take the keys and unlock the chewing gum.
Are you doing Listerine on the air? Was this an old Private Parts Howard Stern bit?
What are you going to swallow it? Oh, dog.
You got to spit it out now. Get the trash can and spit it out. Are you going to spit Listerine on me?
Christopher, did you know that Howard Stern actually began broadcasting today at WRNW?
What are you doing? I can't wait to get out of here.
Oh, you still got to go to dinner with him next.
It's been quite a day, honestly.
I may cancel at this point.
I told you to cancel earlier.
I mean my home away from home, though, LAX.
Oh, you don't want to come to my home away from home, the East Central?
No, we're good.
We're across the street, and yet we're driving to the South Bay for dinner.
No, we're canceling.
Changes are arriving daily. Are you serious?
No, we're not canceling.
What do you mean? I'm not serious.
Stephanie's very excited about it. We can't cancel.
All right.
George,
LAX,
you can always come with me and DeAndre to dinner.
Airports, people mover trains, maybe. I would do that willingly. People mover trains are rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals. The new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, so locals don't even need a car to get there. But if you do want to drive, they have the economy parking and, of course, the Cappy's favorite, the Kiss and Fly lot. And you can do all that in 10 minutes or less on the People Mover train. And they depart every 2 minutes once they open in early 2026. It's right around the corner, man. To learn more about all the changes going on at LAX, go to this website. It's lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
Wednesday at 5 p.m., the NFL schedule is released, and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams' 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release.
Wednesday on 710 ESPN.
On the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808 or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams, One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
10 minutes in front of 5 o'clock. Sedano and Kap. Live Imaging Tuesday.
Got it.
Saturday Night Fever soundtrack.
Love this soundtrack.
The number one hit back on this day in 1978, Yvonne Elliman. If I can't have you, Cappy, I don't want anybody else.
I understand, and I appreciate that.
Also, happy birthday to Robert Pattinson, who's
that?
39. What? Who's that? Of Twilight fame.
Oh.
Nope, don't know it.
And
Edward Cullen?
today is National Crouton Day.
Oh, really?
I like a nice crouton every once in a while.
Yeah.
Love croutons.
Sometimes a lot of salt, but you got to be careful.
Well,
Got sodium?
Have sodium.
I can have a little bit.
How much sodium have you had so far?
Want
today?
some wheat thins?
Oh, those wheat thins I'm having some Skinny Pop right now.
Okay. How much sodium have you had so far in the day? So that I know what you're going to have at dinner.
400
today.
milligrams.
Okay, so you got plenty of milligrams left for dinner. You got about 800 milligrams left for dinner.
No, I have 2,100 milligrams.
I have a
2100?
That's It bar, and I also have some sugar-free peanut butter cups. Justin's peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
those
but
are
there's
good.
probably a lot of
Dark
sodium in
chocolate?
No, there's
I
not.
need a
They're
That's
dark
It bar.
chocolate, yes. So there's not a lot of
Well, I
sodium.
want some
in
of
it.
those. You got one?
I just said I do, yeah. And
You
I
we're
think
gonna
I
share?
got one That's It bar left, but so unless
You
you're
can have the
hungry,
That's
take
It bar, but I might want
I
some of
didn't
those
take it
peanut
now.
butter cups.
Okay, I'll get them.
451 in the Southland. Where's George? Did he walk out?
Yeah, he quit.
Yeah, he's done with us.
He just was like, you know what? I'm
Excuse
done
me.
with you. Okay?
I
You
got
all
a
right?
bit of a nut in my
Got
mouth.
it. He's just giving up on us.
The way we're going to win is we're going to be more physical than them.
Hey, while George isn't here, let me ask everybody a quick question. Should we really make him nuts when he comes back and start telling him how much we all think that the lottery, the draft lottery, is rigged? Like if we just start really digging into him, like, come on, it's so clearly rigged. Like, we haven't really given him a hard time, you know? And people have been sending me requests. Like, you know how, like,
I mean, even Wendy brought it up.
like old music DJs would, like, take song requests? We're getting listeners who send me requests about content that they know will make him lose his mind. And they love it. They just absolutely love watching George, like, nearly melt down, especially over sports topics.
I mean, Greg told me I should have saved my whole text argument for the show, and I was like, you know what? You're right.
Where did he go? Is he taking a deuce?
I think he was on the phone.
Where? Where is
I
he?
don't know. I thought maybe he had an emergency because it's unlike
No.
him to have not returned by now.
No. He said, and I quote, I have to go take a leak, end quote.
Uh-oh, maybe
but
something
where is he?
happened.
Well,
Maybe
I guess
he
it's
fell
a
in.
long
I'm
one.
leaving.
I guess it's a really long one.
No, I think he's deucing.
You think so?
Get out.
Really?
I think he took the tan pants off and is just in there and he hung them
I'm
up.
about to take my clothes off.
Sometimes I do that. I unsheath.
Well,
and then I hang them in there in the stall.
Yeah, it depends on how serious you're about to get. You know what I mean? Like, is this going to be a while? Do I have my phone with me? That kind of a whole thing. I felt so stupid today. Mason came. I went running to the bathroom, and I was like, I gotta go, man. And there were two people in both stalls, so there was nowhere to go.
That happened to me yesterday.
And who eventually walks out is Mace. And I look at him and I go, oh, no laptop? Like, I don't know why. That was like the first thing that came to my mind, you know?
So actually what happened to me, Alex, the security guard, and I walked in at the same time. I said, hey, Alex, what's going on? And then he, there's the urinals, and then there's the stalls.
Right.
He walked past the urinals with me, and I went, are you deucing? Because we don't need to go side by side.
Seriously?
And he said, yeah. I said, I'm going to leave for 5-10 minutes. You do your thing. I don't want to be like deucing, and I don't want to be connected like
You don't
that.
want to do a double deuce?
Not a double deuce.
Really?
Oh, Sedano's back. Sedano's
Okay.
back.
Oh, I thought he quit.
Were you deucing? Or
No.
Oh.
I was on the phone.
With who?
Oh.
My wife.
Oh,
okay.
all right, all right.
Did you tell her how Cappy's annoying you today?
Did you tell her that? Did you tell her that we're having dinner tonight?
She does know that.
Does she want to join?
No.
Why not?
I don't think
coming with me and DeAndre
she
to dinner.
wants to leave the children by themselves.
Bring the
Gabby. They're
kids.
only 10 and 6.
Bring the kids.
No, I only made a reservation. This place gets packed, man.
You want to drop the kids off at the in-laws?
No.
Make it a 5-some?
They were just there yesterday.
I'm sure the grandparents
Oh,
love
for
it.
the love of God. I literally just walked by the office and I told Steph he's going to need a lot of wine tonight.
Yeah, a lot of wine, huh?
Yeah.
What kind of wine you have in mind tonight?
I don't know.
You haven't thought this through?
No.
You haven't looked at the menu?
No, but I will say this. Speaking of double deuce, when I walked through in the bathroom the last couple times, there has been someone taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Oh, really?
And I was very appreciative last week when I went in there. I think it was whatever day I was in there, Thursday or Friday. No, it wasn't Friday because I was home. So it was like Wednesday or Thursday. And as soon as I walked in, courtesy flush.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so whoever was in there with courtonic flush.
Oh, I don't think they did that
I
intentionally.
appreciate a little courtesy
No,
flush.
but I don't think they
when
did
I
it
walked in today, no
intentionally.
courtesy flush.
Well, because it's the electronic
No,
eye.
you can still press the button,
You
yeah.
can, but listen, if somebody went to that length to courtesy
I
flush,
appreciate that.
No, that's a lovely gesture.
Sometimes people just do that because they don't want you to hear them.
Yeah. This poor guy today, Mace came out of the bathroom. I went into the bathroom. I put down about 6 layers, just to, make the seat nice and comfy. And the guy next to me.
6 layers? What?
Well, I have this whole method
the things.
of TP. I go.
Oh, you don't use the pre-made?
No. I go 4-ply on each side. I go 1, 2 on one side, 3, 4 on the back, and then
Mace
and then
doesn't
layer.
use anything. He has told us that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't
There's
either.
no way. There's no way.
A lot of people don't because
Yeah.
that wasn't a thing for a long time.
People don't care. They don't care.
No, I do.
Yeah, but anyway, Mace came
Wait,
out.
they don't.
I
They don't
went
have
in.
they don't have the inserts though in the men's.
I don't know
That
if
wasn't,
they do.
that wasn't the law for a long time.
I don't
so
like
some
that
people got
sticky
used
paper.
to it.
You don't
Mace
like
is-
it because it sticks to your
It's
butt.
that sticky paper. I don't like
Well,
that.
you got to press down on it when you sit up.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. So then I layer with toilet paper. I have a whole method, and it's 4-ply. And so anyway, I sat down, and this guy sitting next to me, I didn't know who it was because of the wall. I was like, this guy's getting ready to get an earful. An earful. Not this guy is going to be like, ugh, gross.
Oh, my God.
Right, it's going to be that.
Who is this guy?
Yeah.
One of the worst moments of my life in that bathroom. I sit down in the smaller one, not the big one.
Not the nice handicapped one that's big and wide open.
Michael Thompson says, "Hey, Chris." I said, "Hey, Michael. How did you know it was me?" "Oh, your boots."
Dude, I was in that bathroom. You were in the small one.
Did he say horse or horse?
This is about 2 weeks ago. I noticed your shoes, and I was like, I'm going to step on his foot. But I didn't do it. I should have done
You
it.
should have tapped 2 times next to it.
I mean, you could hear you walking down the hallway because your cowboy boots are so like.
Can you imagine?
Oh, my God. Oh, this show today.
We should do that to Trudell.
This show
We should
today.
we should make sure when Trudell's in the bathroom.
I think that's
go
how we
into
should start the conversation with Momo. Do you appreciate a courtesy flush in a public bathroom?
Sorry, Momo's next.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. It's been
Momo.
quite a show.
In the interim, Cap, why don't you tell us about Aver Gat?
Oh, I would love to. Hey, do you follow Aver Gat on Instagram? You should, because it's not just like Avner talking about his business, but Aver Gat this is really, really funny. Avner has created these cartoons called The Claim Crusaders, where it's he and his wife Nira, and they battle against the water menace. And they've got this cartoon where the family, it says, when disaster strikes, who do you call? And there's a mom and a dad, and there's these 2 kids, and they're all in a kitchen, and the water is just leaking from the ceiling. They've got 3 feet of water in the kitchen. And in the next slide, here comes Avner and Nira, and they are superheroes. And by the way, Avner is ripped, 6-pack abs, the whole thing. Nira and Avner walk on water. Enter the unstoppable duo, Avner and Nira Gat, the Claim Crusaders. And the family is all like, oh, my God, superheroes are here to fix this mess. And in the next slide, you find out that the big bad insurance companies are trying to screw over the homeowners. But Nira, she knows that policy inside and out. And Avner is looking at that insurance guy going, you're not going to lowball this family. No chance. And then the last thing, as Avner and Nira go flying away in their superhero costumes, the Parker family is standing there with a big old $30,000 check. Listen, if you have water damage and it's severe, take a breath. Call Aver Gat. He is one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. He knows how to fight the insurance companies. And believe me, when the insurance companies find out that Avner and Nira are on the case, they know Let's make sure we take care of these people because Avner knows what's going on. Call Aver Gat, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. Visit his website, avnergat.com. Follow him on Instagram. Aver Gat Inc. is his handle. You call Avner, he'll answer the phone. You'll know it's him when you hear, hello, Aver Gat, your claim, our game.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
It's T-Raj and D-Far.
I think one thing about Travis is that he's not a liar.
Yeah, thank you, Emma. Appreciate that.
Did you really take that to heart? I didn't mean to call. Never mind, bro.
Weekdays at 9 a.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Take me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit rfr710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
5:02, Sedano and Cap on a live imaging Tuesday. I had this with popcorn. I've been having a lot of throat issues.
Shouldn't be
today.
eating popcorn if you're about to go on a microphone, though.
Well, I thought I swallowed it,
Yeah.
but earlier
Did you
I had the nut in my mouth or in my throat, and now I had a little piece of popcorn.
And you swallowed it.
I swallowed it. We're good.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
The great Ramona Shelburne is on the line.
We were talking earlier about the bathroom etiquette. Ramona, let me ask you this before we talk to you about basketball at some point. We were just talking about bathroom etiquette in a public office setting. And I said last week I walked into the bathroom here on the radio side, and there was someone in the stall. You could see like the feet as soon as you walk in. And as soon as I walked in, courtesy flush. And I got to be honest, I was very appreciative as someone who just walked in.
You know what? I love that you call it the courtesy flush. I do that a lot. Like that. I think that's something I started doing in high school when I was like, and you know, like when you go number 2 and you're like in high school, you don't want everyone to hear you and stuff, and like you just do that.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, I'm just, so nobody got to hear anything. You know, it's great.
It's great. Not me,
But
man.
you know what? The
no
only thing
way.
about the courtesy flush that is disruptive is like, what if somebody is like low key? So, well, this isn't a high school thing, but like now it would be. What if someone was like on the phone and they were like trying to pretend like they weren't in the bathroom also, and like, have you ever done that where you put it on mute while you flush and then they can't tell?
Always.
Yeah.
But then somebody else's courtesy flush like messes that up.
Yeah. You ever been on like a Slack call and then you're like, hold on a second. Let me switch devices from my computer to my phone. Then you go into the bathroom and then you have to put mute on your Slack call. And then the person gets done talking and you're like, yeah, I'll keep going, right on. And then you mute them again, and then you go to flush, but you've still got them on mute. Then they hear the echo, but then you go right back to your computer, and then you switch devices again, and you go from phone back to computer. Yeah. Like, does that happen to everybody?
I don't really do Slack or Zoom calls on my computer. I do everything on my phone.
Oh, okay.
But I know what you're trying to say. Like I get that because you lose something in the transfer. You know,
right?
Like you lose some critical time right there.
Yeah, I am
so that's
not
important.
courtesy flushing in a public bathroom. If you walk in and I'm doing my business, enjoy it.
You're such a savage. I swear to God. You're a Neanderthal.
Got it.
Oh, that's great.
Did you hear that? Did you play that one more time?
Got it.
One more.
Got it.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Do you want? Can we play
Go on. No, play it one more time. One more time.
Got it.
Take a guess. He's a colleague of ours.
Morales?
No. Think NBA.
Got it. Oh. Is it like Breen or something?
No.
I thought she was. I'll tell you who I thought she was going to say.
Got it.
Come on, keep trying.
That's not Breen. That doesn't sound like
No.
Breen.
No.
This is an angry got it.
Got it. Is it you? Is it Sedano?
No.
Nope. It kind of.
I don't know.
It
Got it.
Kind of sounds a little like Ireland, but it's not Ireland.
Oh yeah, it could be Ireland. Yeah.
No,
but it's not.
Got it.
All right, one more guess.
One more guess.
NBA.
Got it.
If she doesn't get
Ruco?
No.
But let's play it in its entirety.
Go ahead. Now play the whole clip.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Spurs.
Okay.
Now, if anybody's going to be screaming, scream about the Spurs. 3 consecutive years in the top 4. Victor, Castle, and now number 2 pick here. If you're screaming conspiracy, I mean, if they're going to fix the number 1 pick, you got to fix the number 2 pick, right? Well, I'm just saying.
We don't need to fuel conspiracy stuff. I mean, it's going to be talked about. We don't need to give it credibility.
Got it.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I just
Momo?
Wow, that was windy.
Yeah.
I would not have ever guessed windy. He doesn't usually
lose his cool.
Exactly.
Well, he was getting pissed. He's like, both of you guys step back. I'm trying to make a point here.
Ooh.
And the two of them are like, no, we're not going to perpetuate. Ramona, why don't you school George for me and explain to him how this whole draft lottery thing is rigged?
Cappy thinks it's rigged.
Just explain it to
Go
him,
ahead.
Ramona.
I'm going to put my feet up, and I've been dealing with this enough around this place
Just
today.
school this
You
kid.
do it, Ramona.
School him, Ramona.
I'm sorry. Got it. We're like the tribe, and we like to do. We're the guy together. But I really don't think it's rigged. It's like I know people have been in that room. I mean, maybe back in the day, the Ewing draft or something, right, or the LeBron draft. But like nowadays, like there's too many people in there. Like they see the balls. They see the ping pong balls.
Then why don't they televise the balls?
But here's the thing, because you are now, Ireland has said it, so George said it today. There's people in the room. As though I don't know what that means. Are the people pulling the balls themselves?
You think they're all just going to be in on this conspiracy?
They don't need to know.
But how would you know whether the machine pumps out what they want? How would you know that?
Here's how it happens. Let me explain it real quick. And Ramona, if I'm missing anything, you can fill the gaps. There are 14 balls.
Right.
Those balls have a 4-digit combination on them. Okay.
That's right.
The teams, let's say the teams like Utah, right? They had the highest percentage. Them and 2 other teams, I guess Washington and Charlotte. So they have 140 combinations for those each of those teams, right?
Uh-huh.
They each team has a booklet that tells you what number combinations you have. It's like when you buy a raffle ticket and the raffle ticket has a number on it. Same concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, Lindsay and I are conspiracy people. We like all these things. Okay. So I don't believe the NBA draft is rigged. Okay. But I do like to think about how they would do it if they did. Okay. Like, could you weight certain balls?
So George,
big balls.
George, continue what you were saying.
So real quick, let me just finish. So each ball has its own combination.
Okay.
Each team has these booklets based on what amount of odds they have to win the lottery. So in this room, the ball comes up and they come up in these orders, right? And the orders.
Uh-huh.
So the order that gets read first, they actually do it 1 through whatever. They don't do it backwards like they do it on TV.
Right.
So everyone looks at the booklet and they're like, "Oh my God, it's Dallas!" Like everyone gets to see it in real life, in real time.
Wait, I have a question.
And I heard, but from someone who was in the room yesterday who said to me that there was an audible gasp in the room.
Oh, my gosh.
And
Wow.
that a media member actually cursed out loud, and you're not supposed to say a word in there. And
Yeah.
then they're all stuck in there for 90 more minutes without their phones.
Okay, I have a question.
Got it.
So are you saying that this is all done well in advance of the television
Correct.
presentation? Okay,
Yes.
so hold on. Wait, I have a
Like
question.
90 minutes before.
90 minutes
But-
before.
okay, but wait, I have a question. So the Mavericks, we saw their room. Like
They
their-
don't know because the representative can't have their phone in the
Okay,
room.
So that's why they had a natural reaction.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Listen, I would just say this. I know that everybody who covers the NBA and who's close to the NBA, everybody has refuted this notion that it's rigged.
But here's the other part.
Yeah.
Here's one other little detail that not everyone's talking about. The Mavs won a coin flip on April 21st over the Bulls to get that 11th pick. The only way they get there to that coin flip is by the fact that they won one play and then lost the other. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
right.
there's so many factors that get involved in these things.
But can you at least acknowledge, as someone who's close to the NBA and covers the NBA, how fishy this looks?
Fishy, I'll give you. But it's not. But the fact is that it just is what it is. Like, these people are all in the room, and the funny thing is, the person who was in the room who told me this story said that like everyone had to do that thing, like when you're in high school, if you're like on like. If you're like running for like homecoming king or queen, and then they like congratulate the actual homecoming queen when really they hate the homecoming queen, that it was kind of like that in the room
That they
with
all have
Dallas.
to congratulate the Mavericks,
Right.
Even though they're all
upset
do you
that
remember
Dallas
when
won.
the Lakers won and everybody they had to do that with Pelinka? They didn't win; they got the second pick or
Right.
something, right?
Right, with
They,
Lonzo
like,
Ball.
moved up and,
Yeah.
and it was like, and they kind of like, I feel like there's a lot of there's certain franchises that no one's going to root for. No, people just in the league, they don't root for the Lakers, they don't root for the Knicks, they don't root for the Celtics. But there's the Mavericks. After all this, I don't think they, So I like Wendy's right. If there was a conspiracy, it would be the Spurs getting like super. Or how about the Cavs? who
hooking
got all
Wemby
those,
up, right?
How many times did the Cavs get the number one?
3
pick?
times.
Those also
in like a short amount of time.
like when LeBron left and different things. But it's just odd how those things keep happening.
They got it twice.
Just odd how those things keep happening.
Hey, DeAndre, I got to call a quick 20 here. I got to call a
20.
quick timeout.
Cappy's
I'm calling
putting
a
hands
timeout.
on his shoulders,
Got a
Ramona.
timeout.
Okay.
Hey, to the guys in the back, while we're talking to Ramona about other stuff,
Do we have Lindsay on
we have
camera
to have
as the
Lindsay
Cavs have blown like a 20-point lead
We
here?
have to have Lindsay on
Oh,
the
my
screen
God.
because what's happening is right now the Cavs went up. They were looked like they were going to crush
already had the funeral.
Pacers. But now the
It's a
Pacers
3-point game.
have made this massive comeback. It's 52-49 with 2:13 to go in the second quarter. And if we don't have Lindsay Cav Cam on, people are not going to see her natural reaction.
I won't give you the reaction you want, Cappy. I won't do it.
You're not going to do it. All right, back
I
to the
think
game.
Well,
she's
listen,
over it.
all I'll say is
I've,
this.
I've checked on her a few times. Linz, have I checked on you? How you doing, Cavs Corner? You guys okay?
She said she feels bad for Cavs fans. Anyway.
I do. I feel bad for Cavs fans. I feel bad for Celtics fans right now. Like it's tough when your team has such a good year.
Yeah.
And then they just get hurt at the end. And I really feel bad for the Celtics.
Yeah.
No
My God.
No one in LA.
Well, by the
ever
way,
says
we
that, but
we
wow.
talked about this earlier. Forget about this season. Next season, and basically their championship window is now going to be closed.
Yes.
Because they're trading guys, right?
I mean, they don't have to. They could. I think here's what the thing that this is a weirder, larger point. I think it's harder to trade one of the expensive guys. I think it's hard
Like
to trade
Brown?
Jaylen Brown. He makes too much money.
So hear me out on this one. I know a team that can pull that off for Jaylen Brown. The Houston Rockets.
Right. The Rockets are the answer to every single trade scenario.
Right.
They're the Rockets, the Thunder, the Pelicans could, right? There's a lot of teams that have contracts that would. I mean, the Jazz could. They could do Lauri Markkanen, and they could do all their lottery picks, and there's a lot of teams with a lot of picks.
Tyrese Halliburton just got it within one on like a moonshot 35-footer. Holy moly.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Got it.
Unbelievable. Just the Cavs come out, they get off to these hot starts, and Indiana just grinds away. Now they're down by 3 with a minute to go in the second quarter, but the reaction, George.
I mean, the shot Halliburton just hit was insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
So Ramona, we have you here.
back to Ramona.
I read your piece today about Brody, about Russell Westbrook. First thing I have to ask you is this: how many words was that story?
When I filed my first draft, I think it was almost exactly 2,000 words.
Okay, because I want
And
you
it
to
went
know.
through a little editing process, and it ended up being maybe longer.
Okay, because I do want you to
Yeah.
know this, Momo.
Did you read 'em?
I read all 2,000
Look
plus.
at you, Cappy.
Wow.
Mace has never done
I
that.
read all 2,000 plus, Momo.
You're a real friend.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. I walked away from that piece that you did today about Russell Westbrook, and I thought to myself, that's a very positive sounding piece about a guy who many of us, I'll put myself right in this category, I thought his career was probably over when he left the Lakers. I thought no one would ever want to touch him again. I was surprised at how I walked away from that article thinking this is a very positive piece about Russell Westbrook.
I did too when I filed it.
Yeah.
But then the aggregators parsed it.
But I'm just surprised at the negative reaction. I'll call it that. You're in friendly waters here. I was surprised at the negative reaction of people. And listen, I'll be honest with you. I mean, you've seen it out there, I'm sure. Russell Westbrook's wife or Austin Rivers, like the negativity about the piece. I was shocked. I don't know what your feeling was.
I'm never shocked by reactions people have. Because I'm used to it at this point. I knew it would be a bigger deal that we report on what happened after Game 2. That there was a sort of he and Aaron Gordon that had a heated discussion. I guess is however you want to describe that. That anytime you report on stuff like this and it's sensitive, it's going to that's going to create some waves. So I knew that part. I just thought it was a fairly positive story overall. Like that's like whenever you write about something that happens in a locker room and stuff gets out, people react to it. But I honestly, when I've been around him a lot these playoffs, and I just when you watch him day to day, I have a tremendous respect for the man. Like he plays so hard. He plays like every single second. Even in the game they were losing by 40. That was a game. I think there's one quote in there from somebody said, Russ is the guy who was playing tonight. I wish we had 10 of them. Those. There's a respect for him, but there's also obviously, you've seen a lot of ups and downs. Like that Minnesota game will sort of, we can talk about the LeBron Chicago game, right? There's a few of those where people single-handedly lose a game for you. There's been a few of those this year, and he is, it's a roller coaster. He actually said it himself, right? There was this incredible moment of self-reflection where he says, my job is to be a force of nature, whether that's, sometimes that's a made three, sometimes that's a missed three, sometimes that's a steal, sometimes it's a turnover. He kind of understands the roller coaster that it's on. I just, normally people, you could say a million positive things, but if you say two bad things, that's what people hear. Well, right. And that's kind of how I feel too. And I do feel bad if it hurt anyone's feelings. It's my job to report what happened. Yeah, but to talk about what happened.
But I really thought it was positive, as in, look, hey, here's where he's been in his career. Here's the ups and downs. He acknowledges that sometimes it's a made three, sometimes it's a missed three, that there is a lot of high and low with Russell Westbrook. But I walked away from the piece saying the Denver Nuggets, who may have wanted him when he was leaving the Lakers but chose not to sign him back then, they finally decided to take a chance because, as you pointed out, they needed a player in their locker room. They had a very vanilla locker room, you describe, and they needed to spice it up a little bit. And Russell brought that. And the thing is that when his wife is out there commenting about the piece, and she's saying, that you're going for clickbait, I'm thinking to myself, girlfriend, your husband is quoted everywhere in the piece. He clearly knew what you were writing about. He gave you the quotes.
Well, I don't want to get into anything with his wife or his family because I would feel the same way about somebody talking about my husband, right? Would you feel the same way if somebody brought up Rachel? The way your family reacts to anything is going to be different, and I understand it's hard to read certain things, and so I feel badly that certain things landed the way they did because I thought overall he's really had an incredible year for the Nuggets. They took a chance on him. And they ended up doing, and they took a chance on him by signing him. I mean, after the Clippers, there weren't that many other suitors, and I think that he's been worth it and then some. I mean, I've seen 3 games that he's won them himself. Now I've seen games he's lost them himself, but 3 playoff games, that's huge for a guy on a minimum contract. And I think it was one thing when he was making $47 million for the Lakers, but this guy's on a vet minimum right now.
Yeah.
He's playing his, winning playoff games for them. And so I think that's kind of like our job sometimes, where you write stuff where it's going to be dicey or it's going to be controversial or whatever. I didn't feel like this one was going to be. I thought it was a sort of, everybody who's watched Westbrook knows he's a force of nature. You just got to, sometimes it's a force for good, sometimes it's a force for bad. But I think in general, this year, the Nuggets have had to depend on him, and he's come through for them right now when it's mattered. Let's see how they finish up.
Yeah, and especially the whole point about how, everybody's kind of wiped out and tired at this time of the year, but he is just an Energizer bunny. I mean, that guy,
it's unbelievable.
The shape that he is in and the energy that he plays with, and like you say, good or bad, but he brings it every night. Not to mention the guy is never injured. He's always out there on the floor. I thought it was a very positive piece. I don't know what everybody's all up in arms about.
Yeah, well, whatever. People don't read. People don't read the 2,000 words. They read the aggregation. You look at you, Cappy. This is why we're proud of you. We've turned you into a ball knower.
Ball knower, Ramona. Ball knower.
Well, I also know that, like, to me, it is. To me, it's this is our social media era. Like, you just we can get upset about it. Like Wendy talks about the aggregators, don't aggregate me, all that. It's gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah.
But I also just think, like, I came up in an era where you stand in front of somebody. That's why, like, I'm in Oklahoma City tonight. Like, I'll be right there. If somebody wants to say something, they can.
Right.
I haven't gotten that feedback elsewhere. Everyone else I've talked to has been fine with it. But it is this is the when the spotlight is on a series, which is why you write a story like this right now. He's been one of the stories of the series. It's been Jokic not being very good the last 3 games, right?
Oh,
the
easy,
Thunder
careful.
is young.
No, she's right. OKC has done a great job defending him.
We'll get upset. Oh, my God.
And it's not just about they defend him. That's the way they defend everyone else that also helps defending him.
That's right. And I think, like, with him, he's very he's so honest. Like, remember his quote after the other game
I was the worst player on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that's Jokic. Like, when he has a bad game, he just tells you. Like, when I have a bad show or when I have a bad whatever, I'll be the first one to say it.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, it's I think in general that's why he's sort of an endearing figure in the NBA, even though he pretends like he doesn't like basketball, but he obviously does. He watches, like, every second and FaceTimes his teammates from Serbia over the summer.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. Since you don't want to get aggregated, let's just do it. Like, you do it here on a very friendly in a very friendly place, as Cappy said. Where's Giannis going? Give us some aggregation. I'll DM NBA Central and say Ramona's going to tell us where Giannis is going.
Snitches get stitches.
Well, you have to remember.
By the way, have you heard that? Have you heard? You've heard that, right?
I haven't heard that, but that's like every Giannis is amazing the way he talks. Like,
Snitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches.
Is that from his brother's podcast?
Yeah.
No, actually, that was from, I want to say.
That was a press conference.
It was it was a
it
press
was the Halliburton one. It was the Halliburton press conference.
With the dad.
Yeah,
That's exactly
where I'm from.
Where I'm from, Snitches get stitches.
Right. Once I heard that, I'm like, we got to have that. That one is right up there with Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani. Tush push.
Once I hear these little things, Ramona, once they
anyway,
stick in my head.
Look, I mean, here's what I'll give you a quick thought. So clearly Houston, as you mentioned earlier, and San Antonio have the ammunition to get Giannis now if they wanted to get in that game and if he wanted out. But if you're any of these guys that can go somewhere, why would you want to come to the West?
So I get that thought, but I also think, like, he's just got to go to a team that can win.
Right.
The whole point. I mean, this is what happens when the superstars get traded. They have to go to somewhere where they're going to be, where they don't trade the farm to get them. And so I think he has a lot of leverage here if he wants to exert it. I don't know if he will or not, but his leverage is simply, like, he's up for an extension this year. He could do another. I think he did one 2 years ago, so he could do another one in a year from now. But he's in that cycle where you could do it every couple of years. But if he goes to a city, like, there's a lot of teams that have, like, the assets to go get him, but he wouldn't want to stay there long term.
Right.
So I think he's in a difficult situation. He's in a good situation in that he can influence where he's going. And I don't, as much as the haul should be massive for him if he is indeed traded, but like you're going to gut your team. You can't gut your team. I mean, that's, I think San Antonio has the biggest asset hole.
They have the biggest asset hole.
I know.
Wait. Who has such a big asset hole?
I know. Asset hole. I was trying to say
I was zoning for a second, and then you said asset hole, and it woke me back up.
Yeah, I know. It started coming out of my
You were
mouth,
getting
and I
too
was
deep
like,
on Cappy, and then you
and then you said they got a big asset hole, and I went, wait a second.
You should have seen his face when you said that. I mean, that is a legit way to describe that, but just the way it was described just completely snapped Cappy back into the conversation.
Oh my God, I know. No, because I was trying to say.
Let's cut that up, guys. Let's cut that up.
Hole, and then it was like. Then I sort of pivoted into some poker metaphor with whole cards.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Anyway, that came out weird. Yeah. Well, anyway, tried to sail through it, but didn't. Not exactly right. But
this is at the beginning of this conversation was all about
By the way,
flushes.
Ramona, the way this show has gone today, that was like
it
a
always comes back
perfect.
to toilet talk, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is on par with everything we've done today. Trust me.
Yeah. So
Giannis.
I think,
Yeah.
I think,
Back to it.
I mean, look,
Giannis.
if I'm looking at it, it's Houston and the Spurs have the best. They have the best. Hall of assets. There we go.
Yes. They have the best collection of assets.
Collection.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Collection.
Yeah.
But are they going to gut their team in order to go get him? And then when you get there, there's enough for him to play with. So I think that's interesting. I think, like, I still look at a team like Miami. I just feel like somehow, some way that feels like a Giannis spot. I don't know how they would do it, but it feels like you have to look at cities he wants to play in. He's always talked about the international players in large markets, so that immediately brings up like L.A., New York, San Francisco, Miami. So those, and people brought up Dallas for Cooper Flagg. I don't know if Nico could ever live that down if he did that too.
Well, McMahon reported today
Flagg.
and Spears reported today that they're not trading the pick. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they should take Cooper Flagg and be thankful.
Did everybody get a text from Michael Thompson today with a tweet from a guy that said, this is Cooper Flagg in 5 years when he gets on the Luka diet in Dallas, and he's Cooper Flagg's face on like a 600-pound dude?
I didn't get that text, but I got some Michael Thompson.
I did get the text, yes. I don't know if he wanted you to reveal that necessarily.
I don't know if that's really what you wanted to do there, Cap.
I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, honestly.
Yeah, what's the problem?
That's why I think Ramona hesitated. I think we all were like, really?
Why?
You're doing this?
Why? What's the problem? It was
I
funny.
feel like a lot of Michael's texts are not for air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of
God.
Michael texts are like, "Yep." Sometimes I give him like a thumbs up emoji, and sometimes I'm like, I just don't.
Oh no, for me, I
I'm
wrote
like,
back.
I'm usually good for at least a. Yeah,
I mean,
you get those two, Lynn?
Well, what he's saying is that down in Dallas they
let's
got a lot of barbecue.
Let's stop.
You know, people like to pound the barbecue. You know.
Anyway,
got it.
So, all right, Ramona. So, Giannis, big cities, glamour cities, we got it.
I mean, I don't know. What do you think, George? Where would you?
No,
where
I
would
agree with you. I am curious to. Although I would be enticed by playing with Wemby if I were him.
Of course. Yeah, I would too. I think that is the one that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. I don't see Houston as a good
pick.
option for him.
Really?
I just think they need someone more like Durant in regards to spacing than Giannis.
Yeah, I see. Okay. And then Oklahoma City is another one that you have to look at. I mean, they obviously have. They have all the picks.
Yeah,
they
they
have
got
like
everybody.
literally so many picks. They don't even like. I have this theory that you should just.
They have no asset holes, Cappy, in
I was
OKC.
thinking. I was wondering if they did.
I
I was wondering if they had one.
I think.
Big one.
I have not slept very much. I had a very early flight this morning.
It's all
I had
right.
a 6
I may
a.m.
have
flight,
one
and
too
it was
tomorrow
like
based on what happens in this game tonight.
So what do we need to happen?
So
So
what is
if
yeah.
the Cavs win, I got to get on an early morning flight to Indianapolis, and there's no more direct, so I got to connect.
Okay.
Come on, Cavs! And if Indy wins, then I'm chilling until the Western Conference Finals.
Nice.
Okay. So yeah, mine is I flew day of game, which I almost never do, but I just did it anyway.
Yeah.
And because it was an early flight. And then I had this woman who she picked me up in an Uber once, and she goes, and she lived nearby me, and I said, hey, do you want me to call you sometime, like if I need a ride to the airport? And, you can go around the Uber app. And so she seemed like a nice lady. And so she told me she was going to pick me up. I said, I need you at 4 a.m. sharp. Sorry, this is very early. But she's like, no problem. I won't be late. No problem. 4 a.m. comes. She's not there.
Not a good
there.
idea to do, Ramona, by the way. Don't do that.
I know. And I texted, I called, and as soon as I called, like the first answer was like and then an expletive, and like clearly she'd overslept, and I'm like, okay, so now I can either try to call an Uber that's going to be here in 20 minutes or something, which I'll be late, or I can drive myself. So that's what ended up happening. I just ended up driving myself. But it's bad because I was flying home to Burbank, and now I have to change my flight.
Let me ask you this about Giannis. What about the Warriors? Because they'd have to trade Jimmy, right?
Yeah. Why would Milwaukee do that? See, that's the problem. I mean, look, Kuminga is the Warriors' best asset.
Well, but you do
right?
like Kuminga and Jimmy, and then because the Bucks don't control, as you know, their assets for the next 6 years or whatever the hell it is. So they gotta stay competitive too.
Yeah, I mean that is one that I've heard over the years, right?
Because he likes Steph. Yeah,
he and Steph have. I think they have the same agency, Octagon.
Yeah, they're all Octagon. Actually, it's interesting. Him and Steph and Adebayo and him share an agent. That's why everyone always links him to Miami.
Right. Well, that's not the only reason. I think he's if you think of Heat culture, he'd be like a great Heat culture guy, right? And I think
Bam! With the jam.
One of your all-timers. But I think that Giannis, to me, he wants to win, and so you have to look at the teams that have the most assets to go get him, but also have a chance to still keep winning. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Momo, get some rest. Have fun tonight.
Oh my God, what's
game.
happening?
Every time you say,
they're just laughing.
Every time you say acids, Ramona.
Yeah, they're just laughing every time you say assets. That's all it is now.
Listen, I slept 3.5 hours, and I've spent all day, with this.
This is why I'm your only real friend here, as I continue to power through and just talk to you like a human being.
I read all 2,000 words. That qualifies as real friendship.
Yes, sure.
Plus, I got your back too.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not about that. To me, it's just this is just the nature of modern media. It is what it is.
It is what it is. Enough of that.
What are you going to do?
All right, Momo, listen.
Have fun tonight.
Have some fun tonight. Write a good story.
I will try.
Drink some coffee. You'll be all right.
I don't think I want to because I think I'm going to wake up so early to catch my early morning flight again. I have another one tomorrow. So I think it's a no coffee zone.
All right, well, just keep going. Power through.
Yeah,
it's like
power through.
You got to go old school Momo and just power through.
Old school. This is back-to-back days of team no sleep.
Right.
Great.
There you go.
You never do this. Ugh. Depend on my maternity leave again.
All right, Momo.
All right, y'all.
Safe travels.
Bye, Jordan.
Bye,
Bye,
love
Kathy.
you, Momo.
There it is.
Oh my God, it's so funny. You guys start getting deep, and Chris and I start looking at each other. I don't know why. We just start laughing. You're in your own zone. You're breaking down
because if it's just you, we're talking assets.
Well, then TNT played the highlight of Shaq years ago falling over the cable.
Yeah.
So I started laughing. Kathy thinks I'm laughing
Dwight
at you
Howard
guys.
is in their studio today.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Because Shaq is not.
So what's up with Shaq? Shaq hasn't been around the last couple of games, it seems.
It's because he's at the upfronts, they said the other day.
He's at the
really?
upfronts.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like he's not working. He's just working
We should
somewhere
have
else.
done an upfront.
We should.
Just Cappy up front.
I've been to the upfront before.
Oh, yeah?
2017.
Personal friend of Bob Iger?
No.
Oh. Well, you were at the town hall.
ESPN announced the new app on all the details. We should talk about that.
Should we?
Yeah,
but
honestly,
first,
what does that mean?
we should.
I'm asking. Should we?
Listen,
another. These guys throwing this big heavy Clorox
Whose
bag
phone
thing at
is
me.
ringing?
Carlos' mom's calling.
Who?
That
Carlos'
is
mom?
so loud.
Carlos' mom needs that?
It's probably one of those.
Oh, my God. Wait, hold on.
No, it stopped ringing.
Oh, I talked to Carlos' mom.
You know what I want to talk about is our new friends, Christopher. Excited to announce an incredible new partnership with our friend, brand new from the folks at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. I'm going to tell you right now, the nicest, most beautiful showroom I've ever seen in my entire life. We know Cadillac, but when's the last time you've driven one? Man, my immigrant father felt like he made it in this country when he was able to get his first Cadillac. He got a used one, a DeVille. It was like the big, long ones.
2-door, 4-door?
Oh, no, 4-door, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah, 4-door. Again, this pre-seatbelts, I used to sleep in the back.
How about you used to have the bench seat in the front?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was
my
unbelievable.
grandfather,
And
me in the middle, my grandmother.
This is like the early 80s, and it drove like a dream. And by the way, they still drive like a dream. So you know you've made it when you get a Cadillac, man. So make sure you check out our friends at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. They're big hockey fans, by the way, for those of you that are big fans of the NHL. over there at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. So you stop by, you can talk a little puck with them, as the Stanley Cup Finals are going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the new lineup of Cadillacs, Cappy, the EVs, they are ridiculous.
They're insane.
Yeah, unbelievable. They got the beautiful sedans and SUVs still, and they define luxury at the top of its game. And you can find them all at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Go in, say hello. As I told you, say hi to the friends over there, okay? Go check out my guy, Tony. Go ask for Tony. Tell him Sedano said to say hello, and I wanted to talk some puck with you, all right? An incredible team over there at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out their beautiful showroom. And again, go visit them, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And, of course, you can visit them online if you want to check out everything they got going on at the dealership at CadillacBeverlyHills.com. That's CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
The Who is coming to the Hollywood Bowl on September 17th for The Song Is Over, their North American farewell tour. And ESPN LA wants to send you to one of their final shows in Los Angeles. Listen for Ticket Thursday this Thursday as we give away pairs of tickets
to see these rock legends live on stage for what promises to be a historic night.
Listen all day Thursday for your cue to call and win. The Who, The Song Is Over Tour, September 17th at the Hollywood Bowl, presented by Live Nation.
Inheriting a home can be overwhelming. Between repairs and the time it takes to get everything ready to sell, it can feel like more trouble than it's worth. That's where Seller's Advantage comes in. One real customer who inherited a home shared their experience, and I quote, "We had an inheritance from a relative. It would have taken us a lot of time, money, and headaches to get the property in shape to sell. I heard about Seller's Advantage from a radio commercial and decided to give them a try. Their offer was reasonable, and we accepted it. They took care of all the physical effort and legal complexities. We closed within 3 weeks. I would highly recommend them to anyone," end quote. No matter what your reason for selling, call Seller's Advantage today at 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or use the website sellersadvantage.com for your free, no obligation cash offer. Sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
I like playing that kissing game, Cappy. 5:37, Sedano and Cap on a live imaging Tuesday. This day in 1991, High Five had this song. I like the way the kissing game. Was it released or the number one? It doesn't matter. Sometime in 1991, it was something. Sedano likes playing the kissing game, especially when he's wearing pants like that.
He likes playing the kissing game when he goes to LAX.
I don't know. I don't know if you should say it like
What
that.
do you mean? He tells us all the time.
The kiss and fly lot.
Right, the kiss and fly lot.
You can't do that very well.
Let me hear you do it.
Yeah. The man's got skills. You know what kind of skills. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't do it.
It's also World Cocktail Day.
World what?
Cocktail.
Cocktail Day?
Don't start, Cappy.
Asset hole? Asset hole. They've got a big asset hole. That
Pusha
was
T
awesome.
turns 48.
Pusha T?
Pusha T.
Pusha T?
Oh.
For reals?
Yeah.
All right.
You ever heard of him, Cap?
Nope.
He was in the Kendrick song. He mentioned him, remember?
Don't know him.
We missed not playing Soundgarden Black Hole Sun today.
That really bothers me.
On this day in 1994.
Won't you come? This is a Cappy wailing song.
Wash away
He
the
loves
pain.
a good rock wailing song.
Here's the thing.
Black Hole Sun.
Who started it? I think it was Pearl Jam that really started that.
Oh, yeah,
and
the
then-
wailing, for sure.
And then that all...
No, Bob Dylan, actually, if you go way back.
No, Bob Dylan was more like me, me, me.
Right, but it's wailing-ish.
And that then
It's
influenced
wailing
that.
adjacent.
So when we kind of make fun of like
Adjacent,
Nickelback,
yes.
Three Doors Down, it really all can go back to Pearl
it's Eddie
Jam.
Vedder, for sure.
Yeah, but then Chris Cornell, the lead singer, what's the name? Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Black Hole Sun.
He was actually quite an incredible vocalist. He
No,
really
I'm not
was.
saying. By the way, I'm not saying any of these people aren't incredible vocalists. For instance, Creed.
Yeah.
I'm a big Creed guy.
You like Scott Stapp?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Some of their songs are
With
amazing.
arms wide open.
I'm like higher,
I
especially.
created my own prison.
By the way, when you almost die,
Yeah.
5:39 p.m. Higher by Creed becomes quite the song.
Can you take me higher?
Now, I don't-
Now.
We're a place where blind men see.
Yeah. Can you take me higher?
Now, I don't know if he's saying golden streets or golden streams.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
I think it's streets.
Me higher. Right here.
Okay, Black
Here
MC.
comes the golden
Okay.
streets.
Yeah.
But it's coming right here. And here comes another. Is it streams or streets?
Lights will change.
Do you think it's streets, Lindsay, or streams?
I think it's streets because I feel like streams implicates something else.
Yeah. Well, my friend.
Gosh, I love Creed.
Sacrifice all my life.
And I want to see them on that 90s tour, but the only thing that's local is other than, what did they do the other day? They did wear Coachella.
Oh, yeah?
But they've got like a concert.
Wait, are they back, Creed? Like they're
They
back
just
back?
became back like
Yeah.
recently,
What was
like
the
a
name
few
of the
months
band
ago.
that they had?
Hold
where
on, I'm not finished with my point.
Oh, go ahead.
They're doing a Palm Springs in August at an outside venue,
Oy
and that's
vey.
going to be rough.
Oy vey.
A lot of a lot of rough people might be at that show.
No,
What do you
they
mean by
canceled
rough?
it.
I don't know, bro.
Oh, they canceled it?
Yes, because
Too hot?
It's going to be like 120.
Yeah.
never
And just
mind.
Bud Light in the crowd.
Yeah.
We
By
love
the
our
way,
friends at Bud Light, by
did
the
you
way.
see? I know we're doing Big Deal or No Deal. Big Deal or No Deal. Did you see the Menendez brothers thing came down?
I was going to
What's
bring that up. So
What
I
happened?
was going to bring up the trial.
Okay.
And that they had people testifying, but I didn't know. Did they already come up with it? I have the page open here.
I saw it.
What happened?
Oh, wow, we got a verdict?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, they're resentencing them eligible for parole.
Right. So they now
It
get
is a final.
they gave
Is
them
it?
they resentenced 50 years to life, which means they're eligible for parole. And that hearing will happen in June.
So, what?
Because they've already served
Since '89.
yeah.
Yeah, they butchered their parents.
In
No,
cold
I
blood.
get it. I don't. It's a weird deal.
And I understand their parents
And they've
were not
admitted to
very
such
yeah,
thing.
their parents were not very
I
nice
get
people.
that, but that doesn't matter in this equation.
A lot
The
of bad
dad
stuff.
was a sexual
I
assaulter of them.
I understand.
And
but
my argument would be, I feel like they did the time required for
That's
that
fine.
crime.
That's
in
fine.
my opinion.
That's and I don't necessarily disagree with you.
But anyway, so
That any of it's okay.
The new thing will come out. The next thing will come out in June, and then that should be the end of it.
Then it would be a final.
Oh, so I went early with it. It is a
Yeah,
final.
you jumped the gun.
Well, it's just a resentencing from 50 to life.
So they'll get on. They're going to
They're
get
gonna
parole.
have- that
basically.
means they're parole eligible, and that hearing will happen in June.
And then what do you do if you're them and you just sell
you
your
get a job. You
do
go in,
interviews?
you apply for a job.
But no, I don't think you do.
No, of course you don't.
Thank you.
Those guys are going to get all kinds of money from
Right.
book deals and movies and all the things, don't you think?
I would think. I would imagine.
You know, my buddy's son played Eric Menendez in the
the movie?
Netflix docu-series.
Really?
Yeah, his name's Cooper Koch.
He looks just like him.
And he's...
And we didn't talk to him. You didn't have him on the show. This is like when you didn't get as Al Michaels, and I had to go do it with the Kings.
Do you know that I honestly didn't even know it was my buddy's kid until the series was... I'd already watched the series, and I had no idea it was him.
Yeah.
And then I ran into my buddy at the track, and he's like, hey, did you see my kid in
At
the
the
series? Well, yeah, because he's a horse owner himself. And he was in
the horse.
the Netflix series that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes, hey, did you see my kid? I go, in what? He goes, in the whole Menendez thing. I go, no, I watched it. He goes, yeah, he played Eric. I go, I had no idea that was your kid. No idea at all.
And
Yeah.
you still haven't asked him to be on
Do
the
you
show.
want him to come on the show?
Not now.
To talk about the
That's
Menendez?
too late
The
now.
moment has passed.
Yeah, I mean, it's over now.
Can you give me the guy from Creed?
His next role, Scott Stapp. Yeah.
By the way, Royce Tony says Eddie Vedder actually has said that he mirrored Chris Cornell's voice. Soundgarden was huge in Seattle before Pearl Jam hit nationally. Eddie admired Chris's voice. He's been open about that.
Chris Cornell was an incredible vocalist. And I say was because very tragic end to his life, unfortunately.
That video for Black Hole Sun is one of the greatest videos ever made.
Oh, yeah.
The music video.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the apocalypse.
What's the song that Eddie Vedder and Chris Cornell sing together? Because they have like a combined band where they're talking about. Come on.
I don't know.
Royce, tell me the song, man.
Why don't you just. You know you have this thing called Google, right?
Oh, yeah. But I should have it like off the top of my head. Temple of the Dog. Yeah.
Hunger Strike.
Hunger Strike. Lindsay, awesome.
Oh, yeah, I just listened to
I
that
just
song the
pulled
other
that
day.
out of my brain.
It came up on my Apple Music feed.
Yeah, good song.
Yeah. All right. You got any more, Linz, before we go?
Why didn't even start?
Oh, Halliburton just hit.
Well, can you start?
Another three. I thought one of them was going to be about the Menendez brothers.
Time for Big Deal or No Deal. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
But before I got to that, you mentioned it. So.
Right, but I tossed it to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, now we're tossing it again.
By the way, LeBron clearly wants to play with Tyrese Halliburton.
LeBron tweeted about Hallie, says not overrated.
He said, who wouldn't want to play with him?
If you get him, then everything's going to be solved for the Lakers. They're going to win championships.
Right. Because they'll be able to rebound and they'll be able to box out Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, he tweeted about Hallie. How did Cleveland fans receive that?
I don't think they care.
Here's what we're going to do, DeAndre. We're going to do a little Big Deal or No
Wait,
Deal.
we're going to win. We're going to be more physical than them.
You tell them, Winnie.
Then we're going to combine the two. Then we're going to come back so I can live toss to Angels at the top of the hour.
What a guy.
Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to ask you guys about this home run thing.
What home run thing?
So there's the home run thing. Oh, my gosh. Now my page is closed.
Oh, the Pacers just took the lead on another three.
Oh, look at the fans. They're not believing no
They're-
more. No
they're
believe
not-
land.
not in believe
No
land.
believe land.
That was the
Damn,
Pacers
man.
bench.
No believe land.
Pacers in 5.
That was the Pacers bench, DeAndre.
No,
The
that was
Cavs
a fan, a Cleveland fan.
Yeah, I gave up a while ago. So Adrian Gonzalez.
Damn, Pacers in 5 now. Damn.
I told you, learn how to count, DeAndre. Come on. Get
Damn,
together.
ball knower.
Get together.
All right, go ahead.
Ball knowers.
So Adrian Gonzalez, Cappy's BFF, is going to join 2 other former Dodgers, my favorite player ever, Manny Ramirez, and Andrew Jones in the 2025 edition of the Home Run Derby X. So I guess like the whole format of this is like a tour of baseball players that are going to be doing home run derbies.
Oh,
and then,
on the road in different cities?
Correct.
That's cool.
awesome.
And then it's going to culminate with the finals weekend on September 19th and 20th in Salt Lake City. I don't know why there, but alas. So
Probably
yeah.
because of the altitude, so they can hit bombs.
Oh, that makes sense.
Good point.
That makes sense.
Ball knower. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So they're going to have
Ball knowers.
6 summer events starting at Georgia Tech's Russ Chandler Stadium.
Okay.
And then that's going to be during MLB's All-Star Week events.
Well,
which-
I bet you those stadiums are also cheap to rent
yeah.
to get the event going.
I feel like that makes a lot more sense to do it at like All-Star Week events.
Yeah, I think you mean like a throwback, like an
Yeah,
old-timers
yeah.
home run derby kind of thing. I think that would be
So
kind of cool.
Who was it? It was Adrian Gonzalez. You said Manny Ramirez.
And Andrew Jones.
And Andrew Jones. Okay.
Andrew
Are
Jones could
among
hit.
the former Dodgers, and then you've got guys like I guess Jake Arrieta, Lorenzo Cain, Ian Desmond, Johnny Gomes, Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard can
Nick
hit a lot of
Swisher.
home runs. Yeah.
Nick Swisher.
Well,
Nick
the thing
Swisher.
is, you expect these guys now in their 40s. You know,
How
to
many
still-
home runs
to
can they
just
hit?
Still hit bombs because
I mean, let me tell you something. This is
definitely.
probably like less
Monster dongs.
than I would say probably like 5 years after Manny Ramirez retired, and I saw him in a batting cage.
Who
and
hit that? DeAndre or Lindsay? That was you? That was amazing work.
He could still put wood on the ball.
I can tell you this: Adrian is still in great shape.
Yeah.
Adrian doesn't look that different from when he played.
Yeah.
And in a batting practice, he just knows how to hit bombs.
Yeah.
In BP.
Yeah.
Not like trying to hit a curveball.
Right.
He knows exactly
Yeah, it's a lot
what
different.
he's doing.
He's just
trying
going to
to
soft
hit
toss it
bombs.
to you, and you just hit it out. Anyway, now we got to still do a read here, Christopher. So
Go ahead.
how are we going to handle this? Just do the read and keep going? It's just Prize Picks. I want to tell people about Prize Picks real
We'll do
quick.
Prize Picks, then we take a break.
Oh, okay, great. Prize Picks, Cappy. Listen, if you want action in the state of California, Prize Picks is the place to be. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. First $5 play gets you a $50 bonus. How do you play Prize Picks? It's pretty simple, actually. There's a stat line for every individual player in every sport imaginable, and you go more or less on that particular stat. It's that simple. When you start bundling a couple of those together, you can win some cold, hard cash.
Shout out to Ron the caddy.
Yes.
Ron the caddy every day, George, sends me his prize picks. And I ask everybody every day, would you please send me your prize picks? Because you guys are probably doing a better job than I am. Ron the caddy hit one yesterday, $5 to pay $115. Pretty good.
Wow, good job, Ron the caddy.
Ron the caddy is a player. And by the way, he's a ball knower. So for everybody that now has ball knowers stuck in their head.
You know what else he is? He's a puck knower.
Is he really?
He knows some
puck. He should go to Cadillac of Beverly Hills and talk puck.
I don't know if he's got good credit. I don't think so.
Oh, really? I think Ron the caddy pays cash for his brand.
Exactly.
He could use cash.
If he goes cash, doesn't matter, bro.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Shout out to Michael Morales, by the way, not related to Christopher Arthur Morales. Shout out to Michael Morales, who walks around all day just saying ball knowers because he can't get it out of his head. Back to Prize Picks. Here's the thing about Prize Picks. If you go onto their app, you download the Prize Picks app, use our code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y, you make your first $5 play, you get a $50 bonus. But down at the bottom, I want you to click on the promos tab. It's the Takes Two tickets to win the VIP trip to the ship. So here's what's going to happen. You create a $5 3-pick flex NBA lineup in the playoffs. Every lineup, George, is an entry into the VIP trip to sit courtside at the NBA ship. 5 entries a day. I know it's hard to say. Somebody's winning the courtside seats, the airfare, the hotel, the whole
Mishpuka.
Mr. Gas. Oh. The whole.
We're going to have Evan on tomorrow to help us. The Mr. Gas.
The whole Mr. Gas.
Mr. Gas.
Download the Prize Picks app. Use the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. Click on the promos tab, and let's get somebody in the ESPN LA audience to the ship.
All right, let's do it. Prize Picks. Run your game.
I think San Antonio has the biggest asset hole.
They have the biggest asset hole?
Wednesday at 5 p.m., the NFL schedule is released, and we'll be all over it on Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN. As we find out how the Rams' 2025 fall looks, we'll also be on top of the marquee matchups ahead of the NFL season.
Don't miss the NFL schedule release.
Wednesday on 710 ESPN.
On the all-new ESPN LA app.
And on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Are you looking for a trusted roofing expert in Southern California? Journey Builders has you covered. This is Mike Trudell from ESPN LA. Journey Builders specializes in quality roof replacements for homes around the Southland. They'll ensure that your roof stands strong. ESPN LA listeners who call in today to book their free same-day inspection get $5,500 off their roof replacement. Journey Builders also offers financing. Call 888-607-8808 today. That's 888-607-8808. Or go to journeybuildersinc.com.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
What's going on? It's Bethel Durant, and if your car is damaged in an accident, or if you just want to get it repaired, or if you just want a paint job, Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. Let them know that 710 sent you, and you get 50% discount on your insurance deductible. Call them at 626-330-0100. That's 626-330-0100. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision. Leo and the crew will walk you through every single detail. Call Leo anytime. They got the tow truck ready for you. Leo is family, and he'll take care of you.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement, and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Aver Gat, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Aver Gat knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Aver and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Aver Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to AverGat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or AverGat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. AverGat.com.
5:55 on Sedano and Kap on Live Imaging Tuesday. Final segment music. It's time for the dealer's choice. Real deal. Brought to you by Seller's Advantage, Cappy. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy.
Don't worry, sell happy like Cappy with Seller's Advantage.
Call 888-390-AS-IS.
Oh! Wow.
That was tight like a duck's booty.
Wow.
Oh, like a duck's booty.
It's watertight.
They got a no obligation offer, or visit sellersadvantage.com. DRE 0196-1658.
So
that was tight.
That was really good.
Watertight? What?
You're like a duck's
It's
booty.
watertight like a duck's butt.
Like a
Never
duck's
heard
booty.
that.
Never heard that.
No.
Yeah, ducks are watertight, their butts, because they swim like that.
Yeah, they took us in the water.
Have you ever looked at a duck's booty? It's very tight. There's a
No, I can't say I have.
Cavs getting tight. Pacers now lead by 8.
This is incredible.
Thomas Bryant, former Laker, with a dunk.
Well,
Angels,
I don't know
Padres at the top of the hour.
where they're going to get the offense from at this point. They might as well just,
Might as well just end the game right now.
I said they shouldn't have even played this game. And the misery. Delaying the inevitable.
Where is my Lindsay baseball Cavs cam? That's what I want to know.
All right, where's your dealer's choice, bro?
Well, here's my dealer's choice. I'm going to pass to Chris here.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, here we go.
So, are you 100% certain that you did not get pink eye?
Oh, yes.
Last night?
Conjunctivitis.
I think so.
No, you look good.
Here.
Let me take a look at you.
I mean, you look like you have pink eye, Cappy.
Do I?
Yeah, you do.
Well, I used my drops earlier today, and then they wear out, and then you use the drops again. You can only use them twice in a day.
Look into my eyes, as Bone Thugs and Harmony once said.
Okay. So,
you said that as though you don't know who Bone Thugs and Harmony is.
No, them I know. Them I know. Paul Giamatti
you don't
is
know about no Bone Thugs.
Man, what you talking about, Bone and Thugs?
See you at the crossroads.
And Harmony. Don't leave Harmony out. That's like when you talked about Lisa, Cult Jam, and Full Force. Don't leave out Full Force. You feel me?
So, no, I don't think I got pink eye from Greg Bergman.
You sure about this?
All at the smokehouse, yeah.
A lot of people hit me up today about what happened yesterday on the show.
Which part?
The part about
Nutty Fudge Day?
About the Nutty Fudge.
Yeah, there was a lot of comments about that.
And I guess it's a known thing that's how you get pink eye.
Well, that's why it was funny.
Yeah, no, I got it.
Devastation.
But the whole world knows that's how you get pink eye.
I got pink eye once, and guess what?
You got it from the Nutty Fudge?
Yeah.
Is that right?
20 years ago or so.
Wow.
Because I had my face in things I shouldn't have.
Really?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's how Bergie got it.
Well,
Show
I don't
is
know if
now
that's-
naked.
I don't know if that's how he got it, but
Well, I mean, I
what
thought
you
that's how
think?
you get it.
Well, kids get it because they don't wash their hands. That's
Oh.
usually how that happens.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So they make a duty and then they don't wash their hands.
Well, young children are not necessarily doing that.
Okay.
As adults, sometimes we can't wash our hands in the middle of things.
That's really what you wanted to talk about in your dealer's choice?
Well, I wanted to just get from Chris whether or not he thought he had it or he didn't have it.
Boom! How do you like that one?
I like it just fine. I really do. Are we going to get up and walk again tomorrow morning in downtown LA?
5:45 because
Can we-
I gotta be in the office dressed at 8 a.m.
Dude, we got to start adding more to this walk. It's just not enough exercise.
We walked 4 miles
That's
this morning.
The guy just almost died a few months ago.
Well, that's his problem.
So you do something else. Go on the treadmill first.
5:45. Well, no, I just want more exercise. And I want you to have more exercise.
When do you have to
I
be
don't
ready
need more
somewhere?
exercise. 4 miles is good every day.
When do you need to do something?
I need to be in the office by like 9 a.m.
And we're not leaving early.
Oh, so you got an extra hour. So when you're done with your walk, then go run on the treadmill or something.
Yeah, go over to the fitness area.
You're giving
Wellness
the guy
center.
On the
literally
5th floor, yeah.
Yeah.
4
They know
months
you
ago
literally
was in
live
the
next door.
Was in the hospital dying. I'm supposed to do more. As though walking 4 miles a day isn't enough.
It's not enough.
They've got a Peloton over there, Cap.
I know they do, but you know what, Lindsay Baseball? They got a brand new gym over at the East Central, and I got lots of dumbbells, and I got lots of new exercises that I can perform.
Takes a lot of guts what you just said to me on the radio, honestly.
Which is what?
That.
What? The 4 miles is not enough?
You were probably with that group of people that were saying, wasn't going to make it, I'm not coming
Well,
back.
I'm the guy that's been walking you like a dog every morning, and I've been pushing you into traffic.
You're a nothing without me. Remember
I know.
that.
I do know that.
A
Of
nothing.
course. Of course.
All right.
You can
What do
call
you mean,
Brian.
all right?
Call Brian Long for your next job. How about that?
That's in motion, Christopher.
All right, we're done here.
We are?
Angels Padres. Thanks to our
Are we
friends
still
at
going to dinner?
KLAA. 8:30 a.m. begins right now on KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Schedule release tomorrow. Special show. Sedano and Kap.